Again? Okay.
Like,
okay, let's see.
Not on my side.
Not on my side. Not yet.
Do we have to go to Pacer? Oh, I don't have access to Pacer. I keep forgetting because you have to have the whatever to get in.
I mean, how much is that? How much is this one? Oh, Sarah left. That's a good sign. That must mean it is there in Pacer. If Sarah left, because Sarah was going to read it on her own.
Lauren spent 1,000.
1,000? 10,000. It can't be.
People are saying to check 955, guys, on Pacer.
We don't have.
Not Cornexter, Pacer.
We don't have access.
Karol, can you check Pacer 955?
Yeah. Checking right now.
Okay.
Carol's like on it.
I'm telling Karol to check Pacer. I'm trying to help my TikTok peeps out.
Appreciate it.
So,
somebody's asking Lauren
we
covers.
Sent it up here.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yes, Lauren covers other cases. Lauren is covering the Blake Lively case and a case with a lady called Laura right now.
955, 956.
Nut bag.
Okay, 958 is available.
958 is available?
My brain is over right now.
It costs $3, guys. Should I buy it?
I think they're just
6.1 statement.
So I didn't even open them because I have refreshed.
I'll go ahead and put it. I'll go ahead and put it.
We finally have one of them.
958 is out. 958 is out.
Jesus.
What is rule 50? Oh, sorry. I'm gonna. What is rule 56.1 statement?
Were they?
There's something 83 pages available. Did you find that one?
I just purchased it. 958.
Okay.
Okay, so it just has.
oh my god.
No, it does look juicy.
Like a payment.
Juicy?
Yes. Okay.
Juicy. I like juicy.
Pull it up. See, I'm
Is
gonna
this
email
90,
it to you.
80 something pages?
Okay.
Yeah.
Elsrich, I'm gonna mute you because I need to hear Karol.
We're not looking at the.
Phoebe, I'm gonna email you
Okay.
the document.
Oh wait, it's available now. It's available.
Okay.
now.
Okay.
I can download it right now. Juicy. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Super Bowl. What did Chris say? Super Bowl Donny. Super Bowl Donny. Okay. Pursuant to local 50 rule 56.1, defendants Wayfarer Studios LLC, Justin Baldoni, Jamie Heath, Steve Sarowitz, It Ends With Us movie, Jennifer Abel, Melissa Nathan and Tag submit the statement of undisputed material facts in support of their motion for summary judgment. A. Baldoni conceived and originated a project to develop It Ends With Us into a film to broaden awareness of domestic violence. 1. Wayfarer Studios is a production studio. It aspires to create purpose-driven films intended to inspire connection and promote social change through authentic, impactful storytelling and fresh, creative voices. 2. Justin Baldoni and Steve Sarowitz co-founded Wayfarer Studios in or about 2019 or 20. Raven, you can't be giving us like looks like that because I need to be reading this because you're making me feel like there's something juicy and I cannot.
It is.
What?
It is.
Where? Okay, what is it? We'll go fast forward there. What is it? Page
So
what?
they're basically predicating most of this off of the fact that she didn't sign her contract.
Okay,
so
okay,
they're
what was the
saying-
juicy part?
She approved locations, but the major thing, the thing that's making my jaw drop is that she rewrote scenes to be sexier.
Okay, we'll get there because we got to read this as it's coming in. This is why I read by myself usually because I really like these particular. Okay.
Everyone, we're reading 958. 958 drop.
Okay, so Justin Baldoni and Steve Sarowitz co-founded Wayfarer Studios in or about 2019 or 2020 and serve as its co-chairs.
No.
3. Sarowitz is the majority.
What?
Blake and Ryan's influence over the film is much worse than previously known. Is
Okay,
what this
okay, we
study
got
is
it.
saying.
Can we read this thing though, as is?
Yep.
Wait, this is too much leaping for me. Is that okay? Okay. Sorry, Raven. I know
Wait.
people want to jump to the juicier side, and if folks do, I can totally understand if you want to get off this live and read it for yourselves. But I really need to read this as is. Okay. Because just the way my brain works. So 3, Sarwitz is the majority investor in Wayfarer Studios. 4, Jamie Heath is the CEO of Wayfarer. 5, Baldoni is an acclaimed actor, director, and author. Before the events giving rise to this dispute, he was one of the stars of the acclaimed Golden Globe nominated television show Jane the Virgin. He also produced and directed 2 prior films, 5 Feet Apart and Clouds, together with CBS Films and Warner Brothers, respectively. 6, Baldoni has written 2 books on gender-related topics, focusing on the question of masculinity and addressing, among other issues, the importance of mutual consent, one of which was a New York Times bestseller. Baldoni has also hosted a podcast called Man Enough concerning the same and similar topics. 7, in February 2019, Baldoni met Colleen Hoover, author of the smash success It Ends With Us, a novel that addresses issues of domestic violence. 8, I'm going to stop saying the numbers. Baldoni and Hoover discussed how the book could be adapted into a film, and on May 8, 2019, Hoover agreed to sell Baldoni the rights for a film, in part due to Baldoni's ability and experience approaching sensitive topics in his prior films. And in September 2022, Baldoni and Wayfarer sought to and eventually did partner with No More, an organization dedicated to ending domestic and sexual violence in connection with the film. Together, Wayfarer and No More plan to use the film as an opportunity to raise awareness about domestic violence and to provide education, resources, and support for survivors. Then there's something redacted that's coming from Sony that we can't see. And then it says Wayfarer's proposal included a requirement that, and it redacted it, but we know it's 1% of the film's proceeds, so I don't know why we're redacting that. So film's proceeds be donated to support survivors of domestic abuse. To date, No More has received nearly $600,000 in connection with the film. Okay, that answers the question that people have asked about whether or not No More has been given any money, and it sounds like $600,000 has been given to them. In early publicity planning for the film, Sony emphasized the need to center the redacted of the story, redacted, and it's a Sony thing that came from Blake as well, I guess. And then Sony cautioned redacted. Wayfarer Studios typically depends on separate LLCs for separate films or projects. It Ends With Us movie in 2022. It Ends With Us movie LLC was incorporated to develop and produce the film. 13. Sorry, my nose suddenly is. I think I got so excited my nose started going haywire. 13. Establishing a separate entity for each individual film production is common in the film industry to separate each production's liabilities, investment, and ownership structure, rights, assignments for distribution, and accounting. The SPE is often necessary for the purpose of obtaining production or post-production tax credits, which are often based on the specific jurisdiction in which individual films are shot or edited, as well as the residency of members, the crew, and for residential reporting with unions such as SAG-AFTRA, DGA, and WGA, which determine participation on a project-by-project basis. Utilizing a separate project-specific entity is also necessary in order to, for example, calculate net proceeds and back-end profit participation for each film for the purpose of calculating profit participation. It Ends With Us movie maintained its own bank accounts and funds separate from Wayfarer and independently engaged the cast and crew of the film, only a handful of whom were also Wayfarer employees. Although Wayfarer and its employees provided some administrative, legal, and operational support to It Ends With Us movie on the film, that is common in the film industry, and It Ends With Us movie paid Wayfarer, redacted, for those services pursuant to the terms of the Wayfarer's co-financing agreement with Sony Pictures subsidiary Columbia. Beyond providing some financing, Sarwitz was not involved in the production of the film, and he did not supervise or manage anyone at Wayfarer Studios during the filming of It Ends With Us. I mean, then he can't really people might say when he said to Claire that he was there, and like it's like very limited time that you're there, so that word is not as strong really. Before Blake Lively joined the production, filming was set to begin in 2023 under Baldoni's direction. So letter B, Lively committed to a role with adult and sexual themes. So the book It Ends With Us was well known for sexual content, and then it shows redacted, and it's Lively's deposition. So, in or about December 2022, after having met with Baldoni, Lively accepted an offer to play the film's female lead, Lily Bloom. And so it's email from Warren Zavala to Jamie Heath expressing that we're good on the financial terms for Blake. She's excited to do the film. In mid-December 2022, Aimeen Mezzanine, Wayfarer's VP of Business and Legal Affairs, sent Lively's representative a draft offer letter, setting out the basic parameters under which Lively would agree to perform in the role of Lily Bloom in the film. As is standard in the film industry, the proposed agreement for Lively's services was not between Lively herself or Wayfarer. The agreement's intended parties were It Ends With Us movie and Blake Inc., Lively's loan-out entity. A loan-out entity is a corporation formed around one individual, typically for tax purposes, which then loans the services of the individual for a fee. On or about April 27, 2023, Lively signed an escrow agreement to facilitate payments for It Ends With Us movie to her loan-out entity in connection with the film. Shortly before the offer letter was finalized, pursuant to the escrow agreement, It Ends With Us movie wired Lively's upfront fee of $1.75 million, less a 6.37% New Jersey withholding tax, to Lively's client trust account at WME. It Ends With Us movie was not asked to and did not withhold federal income, Social Security, or Medicare taxes or any other state or local taxes. The offer letter was finalized in early May 2023. As discussed, Karol Larabi, or whatever, how long is it? I want to know the juicy stuff. It's 83 pages. I am not the right person to just get to the juicy stuff. I am sorry. You might have to find a different place. I'm going to have to read it as is. Sorry. The offer letter was finalized. And usually I will say this too. People don't think something is juicy, but it actually is quite important. And this is why I'm a very detail-oriented person. There's things that people think are boring, but it's actually quite important. The offer letter was finalized in early May 2023. As discussed below, the offer letter expressly provided the full execution of a long-form agreement regarding the terms of Lively's engagement was a condition precedent to It Ends With Us movie's obligations to Lively thereunder. No long-form agreement as described in the offer letter was ever executed by the parties. Before accepting the role, redacted, this is from Zavala's deposition as well as Stone and Lively's, the script Lively reviewed included scenes of sexual intimacy, intimate partner violence, and attempted sexual assault. Lively worked to revise the script before filming began. Her written work product included frank sexual language and overtly sexual themes. For instance, in April 2023, Lively sent Baldoni a revised draft for the scene in which Lively's character, Lily Bloom, and Baldoni's character, Wild Kincaid, first meet on the rooftop of a building, the rooftop scene. Lively explains she revised the scene to include redacted. Her draft called for redacted. On May 5, 2023, Baldoni sent Lively some notes on the script from Sony executive Ange Giannetti, who wanted the scenes to involve more than just verbal interplay. Giannetti wrote, redacted. Elsie is on a live with Lauren. Okay, Lively exercised substantial control from the outset. Lively immediately exercised substantial influence over the development and shooting of the film. At Lively's request, Wayfarer agreed to abandon its intended filming location, Boston, where Hoover's novel was set, and to accept Lively's choice of New Jersey to accommodate Blake. She did this to Paul too, in another simple favor. She wanted him to move where the filming was going to happen. The audacity.
I think she ended up getting Paul to move Another Simple Favor to Italy. I don't think that was Paul's idea completely.
Yeah, no, she
Because they wanted to film in Connecticut.
Yeah, I'm saying that she did this before.
Yeah.
What paragraph are you on?
I am in
Oh, we
paragraph
jumped
31.
down. We jumped down to Isabella Ferris, the position. It's redacted.
Okay, because I was like, no, I know I'm not everybody's cup of tea in the way I run it, but I got to read it as is.
Wait, what section are you on?
I want to jump to juicy parts too, but I gotta read it as is. Okay. So
31, Karol.
Oh, 31. I'm gonna mute you again, Elsrich here. Okay. At Lively's request, Wayfarer agreed to abandon its intended filming location, Boston, where Hoover's novel was set, and to accept Lively's choice of New Jersey to accommodate Blake. Wayfarer also agreed to adjust the filming schedule to accommodate Lively's other obligations. 32 is fully redacted. Paragraph 32 is fully redacted. So now we go to Lively raised concerns about her physical appearance to Baldoni and others before filming begins. So in a February 8, 2023 voice memo, Lively asked if the start of shooting could be pushed back because she redacted. On February 9, 2023, in response to Baldoni's comment that Lively must feel redacted after resolving a personal dilemma, Lively responded, redacted. Baldoni disliked Lively's self-deprecating joke. Okay, we've already read those texts. So I don't know why they have to redact things that we've already read, but okay. On February 17, 2023, Lively asked Baldoni, redacted. Baldoni responded, redacted, 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 redacted. The same February 17, Lively told Warren Zavala, her agent at WME, redacted, 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 redacted. In a February 18, 2023 message to Baldoni, Lively wrote, redacted, redacted, redacted. So now E. And now I understand why Wayfarer wrote what they said. They said, we didn't want to redact this. Blake wants to keep it redacted. So it's annoying. I should have looked at the contents page, Tiff, but I have not. E, before filming began, Lively used famous friends to press Baldoni to accept her revisions to the script. And
okay,
you know what?
The contents just say that this section is just the steps that they took to keep the set safe prior to filming.
Oh,
That's
gotcha.
what page 1 is. The next one is the next section between 13 and 14 is going to be no intimate scenes involving Lively were shot in the first phase of filming.
Okay, thank you so much. I will say too, when it says here, before filming began, Lively used famous friends to press Baldoni to accept her revisions to the script. I'm like, I can believe this because literally we're seeing her put famous people that have nothing to do with the sexual harassment allegations she's doing, but I guess only speaking to her distress, her garden variety distress. It's like she's trying to make people like, ooh, look at Emily Blunt is going to testify or whatever for her. On April 8, 2023, Lively sent Baldoni her proposed revisions to the rooftop scene in which the two main characters first meet. 39 is fully redacted. 40 is fully redacted. 41 then says, on April 14, 2023, Baldoni told Lively he liked the revised scene. He added that he redacted, explained that redacted. Lively has since disclosed that her husband, Ryan Reynolds, actually wrote the revisions to the rooftop scene that she proposed. F, defendants took steps to create a safe set prior to filming. Okay, I'm just going back real quick on the whole Ryan Reynolds thing. I still to this day don't know if I'm supposed to believe that he's the one who wrote it. Because why even, oh gosh, the Brian Friedman picture threw me off for a second. Why make a big deal with Justin about it and then tell the world it ended up being her husband? I'm still to this day, I'm very confused by that. F, defendants took steps to create a safe set prior to filming. So Wayfarer has a set of industry standard policies and procedures in place to prevent harassment, discrimination, and retaliation. All Wayfarer studio employees, officers, principals, agents, workers, and representatives are prohibited from engaging in unlawful discrimination, harassment, and or retaliation. The anti-harassment policy also applies to vendors, customers, independent contractors, unpaid interns, volunteers, persons providing services pursuant to a contract, and any other person's employees may come into contact with through the course of their work. Wayfarer has a complaint process to address alleged instances of harassment, discrimination, and or retaliation. Individuals who believe they have been the victims of prohibited conduct should discuss their concerns with their immediate supervisor, any member of management, or human resources. Wayfarer encourages reporting of all perceived incidents of discrimination or harassment. Any reported allegations of harassment, discrimination, or retaliation will be promptly and thoroughly reported in an impartial manner. Wayfarer has a human resources department headed by Cynthia Barnes Slater. Mitz Toskovics assists Slater. Wayfarer employees are required to participate in workplace harassment training. Baldoni participated in training approximately every 2 years. Sarwitz is not involved in the day-to-day operations of Wayfarer Studios, and he is not responsible for administrating Wayfarer Studios' harassment policies. Lively was under no obligation to engage in any nude or simulated sex scenes without her consent. The offer letter provided that Lively would not perform any nudity, simulated sex without her prior written consent and negotiation execution of a formal nudity rider. In April 2023, before filming began, It Ends With Us movie hired Elizabeth Talbot to serve as the intimacy coordinator for the film. That's from Bridgerton Fair. I love Lizzie Talbot for that very purpose. On April 5, 2023, Baldoni wrote to Lively, all redacted. Baldoni reported to the production team, seems Lively doesn't want to meet with intimacy coordinator until we start, which may mess up the workflow, but I can still meet with her, of course. I knew it had to be Alex Sachs. I knew it was Alex Sachs that sent that because they said female producer. Alex Sachs, one of the film's producers, responded, that's fine.
960 is available.
Became increasingly
What?
hostile.
960 is available.
Marketing materials.
Okay, well, I can't do two things at the same time. What is
No,
what
I'm
is-
just letting you know the real like memorandum, the real thing.
Oh, okay, this is still good. I'll try to get to that one. Thank you,
It's good.
Elsrich.
What page are you on?
I'm on page 14, so it's going to be a long night.
Oh, it gets good.
Okay.
It gets good.
All right.
Baldoni sought the advice of a
I'm gonna
crisis
mute you.
management public relations.
What section are you on?
I'm on page 52 now. No, sorry, 51. Paragraph 51. Sorry, not page. Paragraph 51. Baldoni reported to the production team, seems Lively doesn't want to meet with intimacy coordinator until we start, which may mess up the workflow, but I can still meet with her, of course. Alex Sachs, one of the film's producers, responded, that's fine if Lively doesn't want to meet the intimacy coordinator now. You'll just have to walk her through what you and the intimacy coordinator are thinking. On May 4, 2023, before any filming had begun and months before any shooting, I mean, my word, Alex, that was really bad advice, honestly. She shouldn't have advised that. But, I mean, because, anyways, it's still on Justin. He should have had he should have not. He just really shouldn't. Because that's the whole purpose of having an intimacy coordinator. It's a buffer. So that was just a bad idea overall. User 599-840-901-0688. I am not the live for you if you want me to move it along a bit. Sorry. There are other lives going on. If you go to YouTube, Lauren has a live that's going on right now, and I'm sure they're jumping to the juiciest parts. Thank you. On May 4, 2023, before any filming had begun and months before any shooting of the film's intimate scenes would take place, the intimacy coordinator considered the content of anticipated intimate scenes and suggested details and clarifications to both Baldoni and Heath. While expressing concern that the scenes were becoming too PG-13 as compared to the more explicit scenes of the book, Baldoni suggested that the intimacy coordinator discuss with Lively whether there were other ways of implying nudity that she would consider so as not to disappoint readers, while also expressing sensitivity for Lively's boundaries. He wrote, redacted, redacted, redacted. The intimacy coordinator agreed to have any necessary conversations to get clarity for the scenes, so both Baldoni and Lively are confident about the level of contact during the scenes. Okay, why did she sign up for a movie that she knew was that graphic and then decided, don't do the movie then? 53, all of it is redacted. 54, that same day, redacted. 55, okay, thanks, Raven. Sorry that I know I'm not sometimes I'm not like, I used to read these docket stuff all the time, and I understand I'm not the cup of tea right now because I'm like, I gotta stay focused. But I appreciate you coming. Are you gonna
Oh no,
rest?
I wasn't saying I'm leaving right now. I'm just saying if
Oh,
I do disappear, it's most likely because either one of my batteries or the other died, and so I was just like, if I
oh, you
disappear,
mean like
that's what it is.
device batteries? I thought like
Yeah.
you're tired.
Yeah, no, because I'm not. No, I'm not at my place, and I didn't think I was gonna. I didn't. Anyways, so if I disappear, it's just because I have to go over to my other place.
Okay, thanks, Raven. Okay, so on or about May 8, 2023, Lively and Baldoni were provided with nudity riders detailing their consent and boundaries concerning intimate scenes. On May 5, 2023, It Ends With Us movie held a Respect in the Workplace, Preventing Discriminatory Harassment and Retaliation meeting. The training was administered by the law firm Mitchell Silberberg and Knupp LLP. Heath and Baldoni both attended and completed the training in advance of filming. During the first phase of filming, Wayfarer distributed a preliminary crew list to the crew that listed Wayfarer's human resources contact, Cynthia Barnes Slater. Okay, so this sounds like Sony didn't take over. So I have questions around that in the email that Alex Sachs had sent to Jamie and him saying, okay, that sounds good. I have questions about that then. All cast and crew were provided daily call sheets on the evening before each day of filming, which included a hotline number for workplace complaints, including sexual harassment, that directed them to a third-party organization. Okay, there we go. To assist with any complaints. Okay, then there we go. I just needed to go one more paragraph. G, no intimate scenes involving Lively were shot in the first phase of filming. So, filming began on May 15, 2023, and then stopped of June 14, 2023, in deference to labor strikes by the Writers Guild of America and SAG-AFTRA. All filming during the first phase of filming took place on a set in New Jersey. None of the Lively sexually explicit scenes or scenes involving simulated nudity were rehearsed or filmed during this initial period. Those scenes were rehearsed and filmed during a later phase of filming without issue or incident. A scene in which Lively's character gives birth was filmed on May 22, 2023. Lively claims the birthing scene constituted a quote-unquote intimate scene because there was implied nudity. Footage of the birthing scene shows Lively covered with a hospital gown and a prosthetic pregnancy belly. Okay, so we know footage is going to be coming. So redacted from paragraph 65 to 67. Oh no, to 68. And then 69. On June 11, 2023, before the Young Lily and Young Atlas intimate scene was filmed, Baldoni flagged to the production team that they would need to coordinate and work with the intimacy coordinator. Then 70 is redacted. That's from the Ferrer deposition. And so is 71, also from the Ferrer deposition. Ferrer also wrote to Baldoni to thank him for an incredible experience on the set. She continued, "You are such a wonderful, smart, sincere director, and you created such a comfortable, safe space for me to feel like I could fully step into this role. I couldn't have asked for a more welcoming environment. It will stay with me for the rest of my life." Okay, so letter H, all of the incidents Lively raises occurred during or before the first phase of filming. In her second amended complaint and deposition testimony, Lively points to various alleged incidents prior to or during this first phase of filming, which she alleges amounted to sexual harassment and contributed to a hostile work environment. So, man, all of this is redacted, but Baldoni's comments at initial meeting. So 74, 75, and 76 are all redacted. They're all from Lively's deposition. And then 77, on February 28, 2023, after the initial meeting, Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, wrote to Baldoni, redacted. 2, Baldoni's private inquiry about Lively's weight for a scene. On or around April 23, 2023, outside the workplace and outside the presence of any Wayfarer Studios or It Ends With Us movie employee, Baldoni privately asked a personal trainer he had consulted with, who was working separately with Lively, what Lively would weigh when filming began. Baldoni, who suffers from chronic back issues, asked in anticipation of a scene in which he was expected to lift her. Documentary evidence shows that Baldoni contemplated including such a scene in the film as late as December 28, 2023. Baldoni never made the same comment. Documentary evidence shows that Baldoni contemplated including such a scene in the film as late as December 28, 2023. Okay, so she said that no lift scene exists, no such lift scene existed. He said it only it only doesn't exist because he was required to remove it. I realized, I thought that he was required to remove it right when it happened, like that yelling situation with Ryan Reynolds. But if he was still contemplating it as far as December 28, 2023, does that mean he was not required to remove it from by Ryan Reynolds and them until then? Okay, I'm going to just mark that for myself. Zane, do you all know that the MSJ is up? Yes, I do. But this is another thing that's connected to it that I want to finish up. And it's 83 pages. But it's still related, Zane. Baldoni never made the same comment in Lively's presence or in the presence of any cast or crew member. The trainer, acting on his own, decided to share the comment with Lively. On or about April 25, 2023, Baldoni met with Lively at her apartment. Lively's husband, Ryan Reynolds, and two other famous friends were there. Okay. Two other famous friends were there. Hugh Jackman, maybe? Reynolds chastised Baldoni for commenting on a woman's weight. Lively subsequently described the meeting to a friend as follows. Redacted the whole thing. Lively also alleged that Baldoni shamed Lively for her body and weight by offering to connect her with a specialist in probiotics after Lively caught strep throat, because Lively alleges the expert was instead a weight loss specialist. Lively has not offered any admissible evidence supporting that claim. She did not discuss it during her deposition, and she has not produced any documentary evidence indicating that the expert was a weight loss specialist. Documentary evidence shows that Baldoni discussed Lively's illness with a specialist and not her weight. 3. The addition of sex scenes to the script. In late April 2023, before filming began, Sony executive Ange Giannetti encouraged Baldoni to shoot an R-rated film to reflect the content of the book. In April 28, 2023, she wrote, "I will update Sony. You are going to try and get as much tasteful hot sex as you can. You find out if we are PG-13, will Colleen be okay? And does she think her readers will be okay?" Now, I have been told by people who have read the book that it is very sexual, and I've never read the book, and I didn't, but they're like, it was very tame in comparison to what they thought it was going to be. So let me reread that paragraph, because people are saying, huh? Which I'm not sure if I just read it in a way that was not, or are you saying, huh? I don't know which version. So I'm going to repeat it again. In late April 2023, before filming began, Sony executive Ange Giannetti encouraged Baldoni to shoot an R-rated film to reflect the content of the book. In April 28, 2023, she wrote, "I will update Sony. You are going to try and get as much tasteful hot sex as you can. You find out if we are PG-13, will Colleen be okay? And does she think her readers will be okay?" Yeah. You're like, no, I meant, huh? Did they really say that? Baldoni discussed Giannetti and Sony's suggestion about additional and more explicit sex scenes with Lively and Colleen Hoover. On or about May 4, 2023, Baldoni worked with Elizabeth Talbot, the film's intimacy coordinator, to add specifics to the intimate scenes. He suggested Talbot discuss the scenes with Lively to determine how to portray more sexual intimacy in a manner consistent with Lively's personal boundaries and preferences. Then 89 and 90 are all redacted, and also 91. So paragraph 92, such discussions took place in the context of planning and choreographing a sex scene. Lively's first volunteered her own personal experience before Baldoni shared his. Baldoni has publicly discussed his prior addiction to pornography on his podcast, which is aimed at male audiences, and in his published books. 94 is redacted. And then 4, Heath briefly enters Lively's makeup trailer. On one occasion, on or about May 16, 2023, Heath entered Lively's makeup trailer while she was having her makeup removed. They had a brief conversation concerning a work-related issue, indicating that the conversation was between 2 and 3 minutes. Heath had been seeking to schedule a meeting with Lively, Baldoni, and Giannetti after several failed attempts. At the end of the shooting for the day, Heath suggested that they meet the following day. Lively said they could meet her at her makeup trailer to discuss the timing for the meeting. Heath knocked on Lively's trailer door, and Lively permitted him to come in. Okay, so it sounds like there is no bodyguard, because he doesn't mention a bodyguard. He just says he knocks and she lets him in.
But did you also catch that BL was the first one to talk about her?
Yes, yes. Which is what he had said in his original complaint. That he's like, she's the one who shared. Yeah. Lively asked Heath to turn around while he was speaking to her, and he did. And so this is a quote from Heath. As I took a step up, I saw that she was leaned back. She looked what I thought was either maybe breastfeeding or nursing. I said to her, "Oh, it looks like you're busy. I can come back." As I turned around, she says, "No, that's okay. You can come in. Just look away." And I said, "Sure." Okay, then I have a question. When did he look her in the eyes? If his back is turned from the get-go, like when did he look her in the eyes? And also, what I gotta reread if she said he was looking. She made it sound like he was copying a look, but then at the same time not, because I think she said, "I realized he was looking at me," or whatever. So I don't know. That's weird to me.
So this is what I've been kind of going
Next
to
paragraph. Someone said.
What?
Sorry, someone said it answers it in the next paragraph.
Oh, okay.
But this is weird because this feels like a setup, at least on Blake's part, because she has that other article, and what is it, Elle magazine? The interviewer, who's like not somebody that Blake regularly works with and is otherwise unknown to Blake, they even write the article. The very beginning of the article is like, as I walk into her hotel suite, and they describe walking in, getting ready to have this interview, and they were surprised to find themselves stepping over like her Louboutins and whatever, and then they came around the corner and were shocked to find Blake sitting there pumping.
Mm-hmm.
And so, or either pumping or breastfeeding, but either way, it was kind of like, this is somebody who's unknown to Blake. And so she was totally fine inviting a stranger into her personal space. And so for it to be somewhat of the same scenario, and for it to be in her CR complaint as a footnote that like, "Oh, Baldoni and Wayfarer wouldn't let me pump, sometimes for up to 6 hours on set." To me, it reads as she was just looking for any little place to leverage, and not only to leverage, but to leverage as protected activity in terms of filing an EEOC claim. Because that to me feels like, well, you know what? If this SH doesn't work, then I'm going to find a way to like, because it was like she was trying to weaponize her womanhood, femininity, etc., in order to be able to find an EEOC claim so that she could have this protected privilege in order to be like, nope, you can't retaliate for what I was reporting on. So like for her to be bothered and trying to weaponize this moment, this feels definitely like a setup on her part, in my opinion.
Yeah, because I'm very confused about if he turned around, then when did he get to look at her? You know, unless she's counting him walking in, seeing her, and being like, "Oh, maybe I should come," and then turn around. Okay, so Lively has testified redacted 2 weeks after
Oh my
the
gosh,
incident.
guys. There's videos. There are video links.
Where? Where, Karol?
Wait,
Where?
not all of them, but there's some video
Where?
links.
Where?
Docket number 959. I'm downloading them right now.
Karol! Yes, Karol. Okay, you gotta show us. Oh!
I'm gonna put them on the website, guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. And then
Also putting
once you
them
put
on.
it up on the website, could you please show it to us? Show it to me. What is it? Somebody say?
Show it
What's
to
that
me,
one?
Rachel.
Show it to me, Rachel.
Okay, guys, because you have to put in your email to get it. So I'll just put my email.
What happened?
Yes, please. Video leaks.
I'm gonna grab it, okay, and then I'll put it on Docket Update.
Video?
Video.
Yes,
Video.
9:59.
559?
Yes,
9:59.
I'm putting it on docketupdates.com.
Oh, there's a Dropbox?
Yeah, there's a Dropbox, and if you guys want it, you have to put in an email.
Christmas.
Holy shit, Lauren.
Where is the
Lauren?
Dropbox gonna be on Docket Updates?
I have to catch Lauren up, you guys.
I'm gonna
Okay.
put it on. Let me see. I'll put it on the front page like I did for Claire Ayub, and then I'll put a separate page. But I'll put a button on the front page.
Okay.
Just 1
Amazing,
second to
Karol.
run it while I download these and drop them into the folder.
You're so
Okay, I'm
amazing,
excited,
Karol.
and I'm excited for you to show us. And while we're waiting for that, we're going to continue.
Raven, can you watch the comment section so that if someone asks for something, you just
We don't know what the videos show yet, do we? No.
No, it looks like footage from the hospital scene. It just like looks like it. I don't know
From the hospital scene.
because it looks like a doctor in like a hallway. So, let me just start downloading it, guys. I'll come right back because I can't multitask.
Okay, that's fine. So 2 weeks after the incident occurred and months before this litigation arose, Lively raised the incident with Heath for the first time. She told Heath, "I asked you to look away, and at some point you made eye contact with me. I'm not saying you were trying to cop a look. I'm just saying that I had asked you to turn away, and you made eye contact with me." After expressing her displeasure, Lively moved on to other topics. I'm sorry. I hate it when people are like, "You can't look me in the eyes." So that's what I'm saying. That's what I remember her saying, that she said that she saw him looking her in the eyes. Well, if he's looking at you in your eyes, he's certainly not looking at your chest. So I don't know. I don't know. It's like, I'm sorry. Like, she's never going to beat the racist allegations because people ask, like, the audacity to say you can't look. I don't know. That just does not sit well with me. But I mean, it's one thing if she was like, it's one thing if she was going to be like, oh, you know, I don't know what the word is, but anyways. Okay, 5, filming of the birthing scene. A scene in which Lively's character gives birth was filmed on or around May 22. While shooting the scene, Lively was wearing a hospital gown, a prosthetic belly, and fabric over her genital. Okay, wait, that's different though. They said it was a black brief. Now they're saying it is a fabric. Remember, they said black briefs. Now they're agreeing it's fabric. Okay. Oh, please keep reading. Okay, so maybe there's more to it. Okay, and fabric over her genitals. Okay. And then there's that video excerpt that I think Karol's putting up on her website there. Lively alleged that an actor Baldoni knew was cast as a doctor performing the delivery. The actor playing the doctor was a local union actor. Lively has subsequently alleged that Steve Sarowitz was present on set during the birthing scene. Sarowitz testified that he was not on set during the filming of the birthing scene. He arrived later after the scene was filmed. In fact, he only visited the set twice. He visited briefly for part of one day and just a few minutes on another day, which happened to be the day the birthing scene was shot. Again, that's why I'm saying when Steve is telling Claire that it was a great set, like, he can't really speak to that because he was only there for 2 days. Sarowitz later spoke to Adam Monshine, who appeared in the birthing scene, regarding events on set. Monshine did not raise anything negative about his experience on set and shared a positive experience. He confirmed that Sarowitz was not on set during the filming of the scene. Sarowitz did not know what scenes were being filmed at any given time, and he made no conscious decision to see Lively in any particular scene while shooting. Sarowitz did not know the birthing scene was being shot on the day it was shot. During his first visit on set, Sarwitz spoke to Brandon Sklenar, or Sklenar. Sklenar, is that what? Anyway, was effusive in his praise for Baldoni, his directing, Wayfarer, and how he had been treated in general. During that first visit, Sarwitz also spoke to Lively for a minute or two. It was a very friendly meeting, and she did not voice any complaints. 111 and 112 were both redacted. 6, comments that Lively and another actor looked sexy. Okay, wait a minute. When the person said keep reading, I just thought we were going to get an answer to my question. But apparently they just wanted me to keep reading. But I'm still stuck on the fact that it was a fabric. Karol, you're laughing. Why are you laughing, Karol?
Shut up.
That comment was so funny.
Okay. I thought you meant the videos were up. I was like, yeah.
I am uploading them right now. Give me 2 minutes. 2 of them are still downloading. I have 3 of them, and I'm uploading it. But that comment,
I thought you saw something funny in the video.
no, that comment was so.
Sorry. I was really wanting to know the answers about the fabric on the genitals. I was like, I thought they said it was black briefs.
Okay, hold on.
I'm not gonna fall for it again for the second time, Breezy Runs. I know you didn't say it the first time, but I'm not gonna fall for this anymore. Anyways.
Okay, the files are big, so I'm gonna throw them into a program to make them small. Hold on.
All right. Yeah. I think they meant goat, Raven.
No, I caught that afterwards until they posted their comment. I was greatest of all rhyme.
I mean, I'm really bad at typos, but that one I caught because I do think Karol's the goat. So on or about May 18, 2023, Baldoni commented that actor Jenny Slate looked sexy in her character's wardrobe, which included black leather pants, which we knew it was Jenny Slate. We knew that. He made this comment in the presence of others during the course of their work on the film. Okay, so he owns that. He said, yes, I did. I did say that she looked sexy in her character's wardrobe, which included black leather pants. He said, okay, I did it. Yes, I said that. On or about May 23, 2023, Lively testified that redacted. And then 115 is completely redacted. 116, video footage of the incident shows Lively was fully dressed in an oversized fleece onesie at the time. That numerous actors and crew were also present and engaged in ongoing work at the time. That Baldoni's facial expression was neutral and not ogling or suggestive. And that after Baldoni apologized if his remark was inappropriate, Lively responded by saying, all good. Okay, we're going to be hearing that. 7, Heath shows Lively an image of his wife's home birth. Lively has testified that sometime in late May 2023, Heath, redacted, showed Lively an image of his wife giving birth. Lively said she stopped watching the video because there was redacted in it. Heath and his wife had a home birth for their younger daughter using a birthing tub. Baldoni had asked Heath to show Lively a video of the experience, which Baldoni had previously seen, showing Heath and his wife in a birthing tub surrounded by their family. Heath testified that he showed Lively a video depicting our midwife, my sister, my kids, my wife, myself, our newborn baby. I believe we were singing or praying. Heath and his wife were in a birthing tub with the baby, who was covered in a towel. So 125, 122, 123, 124, and 125 are all redacted, but they're all from Giannetti, because remember, Giannetti is the one that she went to talk about. 8 comments. Lively also alleges that during the first phase of filming while riding in a car with Lively, her assistant and her driver, Baldoni stated he had not always obtained consent before sex. Baldoni was not questioned about this incident during 2 days of deposition. He recalls a conversation with Lively. Okay, so he's like, look, they didn't ask me about it in the deposition, but I'm going to tell you anyway what happened. So he recalls a conversation with Lively in which he told her about his own experience of having a romantic partner go beyond his personal boundaries of consent. Baldoni has written about this experience in his published books and discussed in public talks. Lively's subsequent conduct confirms Baldoni's account. In her protections demand, she objected to Baldoni referring to redacted. In subsequent text exchange, redacted. Okay, Lively gets COVID. On or about May 26, 2023, Lively and her baby contracted COVID on set. Other cast and crew members also got COVID. Lively included her COVID exposure in her list of incidents that required protections, as discussed below, and also alleges it as part of her harassment claims. Lively's and another actor's concerns are promptly addressed before the first phase of filming concludes. So 134 is redacted for the most part. 135, it says, in an email on the same date, Lively asked redacted. Lively's email did not mention sexual harassment or discrimination or make any accusation that any conduct rising to that level had occurred. 136 is redacted. 137, on May 28, 2023, Lively discussed the production with fellow cast member redacted. In this communication, redacted. She also indicated that redacted. 138, Lively did not contact Wayfarer's HR department during the production, nor did she file a formal sexual harassment complaint with Sony or Wayfarer's HR departments at any time, which we all knew. We all knew she had not. Email from Cynthia Barnes Slater confirming that Blake Lively did not make a complaint to Wayfarer's HR department. On June 1, 2023, Lively asked Baldoni, Heath, and producer Alex Sachs into her trailer. Lively discussed various topics, including Baldoni's comment that the wardrobe for Lily's character looked sexy or hot. Heath showing Lively an image of his wife at around the time she gave birth. An instance in which Heath entered her makeup trailer while Lively was in a state of undress. An instance in which Baldoni had cried in her trailer over the negative public reaction to Lively's casting. And Heath, well, not her casting, her wardrobe. But anyways. And Heath and Baldoni's practice of hugging other cast and crew members.
First city.
Okay, is it ready? Oh, wait, you're muted. Is it ready?
Okay. Only one video. I'm uploading them one at a time, but it should be ready.
Okay. I wonder if I can make it expand. Okay.
Okay. It's on the website, guys. It's on the website, on the homepage.
But can you show us? Because I can't
yeah.
show. Yeah. Can you show us? Yes, please. It's docketupdates.com.
There's okay, so docketupdates.com. You'll see it on the homepage. It'll look like that, and that big red button. Sorry guys, I didn't have time to make it pretty. And then it'll link you to this page. I'm gonna put all 5 videos, but right now I only have one up.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about my drinks and my snacks.
There's no judgment here. No judgment. No judgment.
Okay, let me turn off the volume. This one's short. It's 1 minute.
Oh, you guys, can you hear me?
We're watching the clip here.
Oh, sorry.
Oh.
I promise you, you have absolutely nothing to be scared of, okay? I've done this surgery so many times, all right? All you have to do is close your eyes and you're going to be great, all right? Bye, Emily. I'll see you later.
That actually sounds like Justin rather than Ryle to me, the way he talks.
Wait, what? No, babe, this isn't working.
I know. I happen to love you too.
That's it?
Yes, that's it for now. I think that's the one with her.
It sounds like they can't click the link.
Okay, let me make sure I save it. Hold on.
We're getting to see how the sausage is made. Okay, Elsrich. I don't know if I can get Elsrich's attention now. Sorry. Okay, no.
Okay, guys, it works now. The link.
Okay.
Sorry, it didn't push save.
Elsrich.
Okay, I'm gonna do the other.
Okay.
Okay.
Hi. What's up, Elsrich?
Oh, so did you guys get to the bar scene, the 8-minute clip?
No, she's uploading it.
Okay, so we couldn't open that one. So I'm gonna have to go on Docket Updates to see that one on YouTube. But we are watching the bar one, the hot one.
Uh-huh.
And you can literally hear somebody behind says, "Can we get a toothpick, please?" Which is how we remember that he had asked for a toothpick for spinach or whatever was in her
Yeah.
teeth. And Cassidy O'Connell from YouTube go, "Well, that will set her off." But yeah, we're
I
at
like it when
the
people tell me if something's in my teeth.
but we're at the bar scene. So you guys are about to probably watch. This was number 6. It's 8 minutes
We're
Mm.
of
number
whatever.
7. We're barely number 7.
Oh, okay.
107.
Yeah, of whatever is going on in the bar, and it looks hot. I'm just watching, and just from the lights and how many people are, it looks hot as shit. And I'm just watching from home.
I'm
It looks
sorry.
hot. And Justin actually kept, funny enough, he kept his onesie off all the way till they were about to start filming. So to him, that's his case right there, that it was hot as shit in that room. Like he kept drinking something cold, and his onesie was off till they literally called like rolling. Then he put it on.
Where did you find this, Elsrich? They said because right now.
Oh, it's on
Carol's uploading
document.
it.
It's on Court Listener. Document 959.
Yeah,
it's
upload
a
it.
You have to
clickable.
download it.
It's
No.
now-
You don't even have to download it. You just have to click it, and it takes you right to the Dropbox link.
But you have to have a Dropbox login.
You have to, yeah, I guess you have to have a Dropbox login for all of them. One I didn't have to log in for. The other I had to log in for.
Mm. Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
Did he say it was hot because it was hot, or because Blake looked hot?
No, it's. I'm saying we haven't heard him say it's hot yet, but you can tell it's hot in a room because he himself didn't even have his hoodie on, and people are like fanning themselves. You can see like ADs and stuff like wiping their foreheads and fanning themselves. I'm saying you can tell it's hot. We haven't heard him say it's hot yet. It's 8 minutes. We're only like 5 minutes in.
Okay.
So this just occurred to me as I'm sitting here listening to it, and you made the mention about the toothpick, and I'm like, maybe does that say that because
Second video loaded. Sorry.
how controlling Blake is whenever they're getting ready to take a photo or whatever, that she's like primping and preening everybody and like, oh, turn this and move that. So is it that if Justin mentions like, oh, can we get a toothpick? It's not that she's caring for the people that are around her. It's that she maybe in some way wants to like knock them down, like build anxiety in them so she can like have power and control over them. So the moment Justin's like trying to show care and compassion for her and being like, oh, you have something in your teeth, let's fix that, she's seeing it through the way that she does it to everybody else. And she's like, how dare you? That's the only way I can make sense of the like disgust that happened, right?
Thanks, Raven. Sorry. So I was reading something, and I was like, I'm not sure what this person's saying, but okay. And Mary says, yes, Raven, great psychological assessment. And Micah said, I agree, Raven. Karol, so the only portions that we've read so far has had to do with what do you call it? The birth scenes. So it was suggested that we only watch the videos that is something that we've already discussed. So is there any other video that is related to the birth scene, or are they now something else? This will probably also give you time.
Yeah, they look like, let me see. Let me open this one. Isabella.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like that's the only one.
Okay, perfect. And this means that we give you time, Karol.
Okay.
I'll continue reading until although
Okay, so
now
the
the bar
next-
but the bar
The
scene.
next one would be the bar scene, and then the
Okay.
next one would be Isabella's.
Okay, bar scene is the one that that we're on right now.
Okay.
I think. Let me see. Maybe not. I mean, we did read something about it, but I don't know if that's the main portion, because let me see. Did they refer to it yet? They haven't referred to it yet. In regards to like being attached to a video. So okay, I'm gonna keep going. Karol. Could you mute yourself real quick? Thanks. So Baldoni and Heath attempted to explain the innocent context and apologize for any discomfort Lively may have experienced. And then 141 is redacted. as well as 142. Then 143, on May 30, 2023, Baldoni wrote messages to Lively and Slate separately, thanking them for their work and stating, I was made fully aware of your concerns. I wanted you to know that they are fully received. I hear you, and adjustments will be made accordingly. I appreciate your feedback and really looking forward to working with you at the end of the week. Giannetti testified that redacted, neither Lively nor anyone else have identified any other incidents that they believe may have constituted sexual harassment or discrimination after June 1, 2023. 146 redacted. 147, Sarowitz had no firsthand knowledge of anyone on the set of It Ends With Us advising Baldoni that any behavior was unwelcome. Prior to this litigation, Sarowitz was not aware of any formal HR complaints that were filed in connection with the film. Sarowitz was not aware of any SAG complaints that were raised concerning Baldoni's behavior on the set of the film, nor was he aware of any reported allegations of misconduct prompting an HR investigation at Wayfarer Studios, nor does Sarowitz have any knowledge of any actual behavior on set that could be described as sexual advances or requests for sexual favors, verbal abuse of a sexual nature, commentary about an individual's body, sexual prowess or sexual deficiencies, sexual jokes and innuendo, leering, whistling or touching, insulting or obscene comments or gestures, display in the workplace of sexually suggestive objects or pictures, or other physical, verbal, or visual conduct of a sexual nature outside of the subject matter of the film itself. Sarowitz is not aware of any complaints raised on set that were not resolved. Sarowitz was aware that Jenny Slate had a concern on set at one point, but he was not aware of the specifics of the issue and believed it was resolved. To his knowledge, there were no additional issues or concerns raised by Slate. Sarowitz has never talked to Slate or met her. Sarowitz is unaware of any alleged complaint by Lively that Baldoni referred to her as sexy. On June 1, 2023, redacted. Filming halted on June 14, 2023, due to the Writers Guild of America and SAG-AFTRA strikes. Okay, well then maybe, I guess, is that all the bar scene stuff that they said? Okay, hold on. What is that video numbered, Karol? Oh, you're muted.
107. It's on there already. It's the middle one.
Okay,
You
so
wanna pull it up?
181. 181. And okay, so it's at 181 and right now I'm at 157. Okay, so we're getting there close. We're getting close to it. So during the filming hiatus, Lively announced a list of quote-unquote protections. On July 19, 2023, approximately 1 month after filming had been interrupted due to the writers' strikes, Lively wrote to Redacted. She told Redacted. She continued Redacted. July 19, 2023, this is when I told y'all that I believe, like, not only did they block Justin Baldoni, I mean, not block Justin Baldoni, unfollow Justin Baldoni, but I feel like this is where it started. They started writing it, you know? On August 9, 2023, Lively wrote to her agent, Redacted. During the next 2 months, Lively did not file any HR complaint. On November 9, 2023, Lively's attorney sent, wait, hold on. On November 9, 2023, Lively's attorney sent Amin Mezzanine, Vice President of Business and Legal Affairs at Wayfarer, and Joseph Lainez, sorry, I'm butchering these names, outside counsel of It Ends With Us movie, a list of protections for return to production. In an email accompanying the list, Lively's attorney stated that the list was being provided to remedy the misconduct that Miss Lively and others had allegedly reported. Lively's attorney further stated that items on the list would need to be observed by the film's producers in order for Lively to feel safe returning to the production. The email also stated, while we reserve all legal rights at this stage, our client is willing to forego a more formal HR process in favor of everyone returning to work and finishing the film as long as the set is safe moving forward. It continued, this letter is not intended to be, nor should it be construed as a waiver, release, or relinquishment of any of our clients' rights or remedies, legal or equitable, all of which are hereby expressly reserved. 1. Several of the requested protections were already substantially in place. Lively requested that an intimacy coordinator must be present at all times when she was on set. It Ends With Us movie had already retained an intimacy coordinator. Lively requested a closed set for any scene involving simulated sex or nudity, subject to a nudity writer, and demanded that there be no rehearsal or filming of intimate scenes without such a writer in place. Lively also sought an exception to the closed set requirement for an unspecified representative of her choosing. The film's intimacy coordinator had already sought Lively's input on all intimate scenes in advance, and the parties had negotiated a nudity rider that Lively had already been provided. Lively requested pre-approval of any scenes involving physical touching, simulated sex, or nudity. The offer letter setting out the basic terms of Lively's participation already provided that there would be no nudity, simulated sex without artist's prior written consent, and negotiation execution of a nudity rider. Lively requested that any footage involving any nudity and or simulated sex previously shot without the nudity rider in place could not be used. There were no such scenes. And then a bunch of redactions. Lively requested that no one enter her trailer while she was in a state of undress. And then so redacted is from Baker's deposition, and another redactions from Lively's deposition. Lively requested an A-list stunt double approved by herself to rehearse and perform any scenes depicting rape or sexual violence. The offer letter setting out the basic terms of Lively's participation already provided that Lively had approval rights over any double. 2. Wait, what this? Okay. 2. Other requested protections implicated Lively's own conduct. Lively requested that there was to be no spontaneous improvising of any scenes involving physical touching.
Examples of that we're going to get.
I have a question.
Yes.
Did you guys watch the hospital scene?
Yes.
Did you come to a conclusion as to why that wasn't the scene in the movie, but rather they redid that like at the apartment?
I don't know.
Did you guys see her cleavage?
I wasn't looking. Sorry, I wasn't trying to cop a feel. I mean,
No.
a peek.
I'm thinking maybe she didn't allow that scene because there was too much cleavage, because her boobs were bouncing in that video. Because we have that exact scene in the movie, but it's not from the hospital. They end up reshooting that like at the apartment. So I'm thinking, was there too much cleavage in that scene? Because her dress is completely like unbuttoned. Like I could see her bra.
Oh, did Ryan see it and think?
And then Ryan was like, that's too much boobs. And then she goes in to kiss him, but apparently that wasn't scripted. So either they cut that out because of the kiss or because of the cleavage. I don't know what you guys think, if you saw that like or thought that.
Yeah, not quite sure. Don't know.
Okay, I'm gonna let you go.
On May 19, 2023, Lively oversaw a scene she herself added to the script, in which her character kissed Baldoni's character in every take. Although there was no improvisation. Okay, so 177. On May 19, 2023, Lively oversaw a scene she herself added to the script in which her character kissed Baldoni's character in every take, although there was no kiss in the script. That was the excerpt. That was that 104. That was the video clip for 104. Was that the one from the scene? Okay, Elsrich. The answer is on 177.
Hello?
On May 19, 2023, Lively oversaw a scene she herself added to the script in which her character kissed Baldoni's character in every take, although there was no kiss in the script.
I'm thinking Ryan saw that. I was like, yeah, we're not gonna let this shit fly. That's why that scene didn't end up in. You guys may want to watch that film again, but I also think that cleavage was important. And I'm like, why do you have that much cleavage out in a kid's wing in a pediatric hospital? Like, why are you showing them kids' boobs?
Okay, but then that also makes me think, is the double pants and all that crap because Ryan is also like
cover up? That's crazy.
Yeah.
Double pants is
it's
crazy.
been how many movies now that she's done that? She's dressed basically like a hobo in this, and what is the
Wait, what page did you just read that on?
That is page 36.
On document 960?
Paragraph 177.
On document 960? Or
958.
the first one?
958.
Yeah, because if you watch that scene again, she goes in to kiss him. Like, honestly, he was standing still. That's her kiss. And then the cleavage is everywhere. I noticed the boobs right away. So first I thought it was the boobs. But like, I mean, thinking about all she's claiming, I mean, that was a lot of boobs to be in a pediatric wing in a hospital, babe. Like, it's not like you were at a beach.
And the bar scene where she's like complaining about her shoes.
Yeah. And then she's explaining to all these men why it's sexy. Did you guys hear that? Because she
Oh,
was talking about why her.
I didn't get
Oh,
to.
when she was on the floor in that video, she's talking about why the shoes are sexy.
That. Got
Yeah.
the dance montage.
Yeah.
So,
Danny is saying the first thing she noticed was the open shirt too. And that is way too open.
Is there only 5 videos? I only count 5 and 1 that's sealed.
Yeah. So far.
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
All
I'll let
right.
you go.
So, Lively requested that no comments be made concerning her personal physical appearance. And then 179 was redacted. 180, on one occasion, Lively advocated redacted. Lively writing redacted. 181. Okay, this is when we can watch the footage. Video footage also shows Lively explaining to a group of male crew members why her boots are so sexy because they are just bone hitting wood. Bone hitting wood. Okay.
Bone hitting wood.
I don't get that. What's that supposed to mean? Bone hitting wood. What? Why does that make it sexy? Okay, Karol, if I'm gonna make you the big picture for this one, so you could show us. Oh, you're muted.
Oh, it's already on the website.
Yes, but I don't have the. I would rather have you show it because you're better at that than me.
Okay. I have so many windows open. Hold on.
Just as long as it's not something scary.
No.
You're like, I don't want y'all to see some of my tabs.
No, all of it is just
Yeah,
just,
Blue Sky, you can go for folks that cannot wait and want to see all of the videos on your own time or right now, again, you can go to docketupdates.com. It's all uploaded over there. It's also in Court Listener, but Karol has put it on the page for docketupdates.com.
Yeah, put it on there so it's easier for you guys, but you guys can also pull it in docket 959. Okay. I just need to upload 2 more videos, but they're big, so I need to figure out how to put it on there. Okay, so which one did you want to see? Which video?
The 107.
107. Okay. All right. Okay, let me see if it plays.
I mean, that's a whole lot of cleavage in there, to be honest. Like, you're just staring straight into her boobs at this point. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. I mean, that's just straight up in the. She confuses me. She really does confuse me.
I think they put this video because she's talking to people about
being sexy. I mean, the boots being sexy. But she says it's fine for me to talk about my boots being sexy, which I get that there's a difference between talking about boots being sexy and whatever.
But
I get
she's using that vocabulary with people that she doesn't have permission to use sexy with.
Yeah, but her point is like, well, sexy is okay in certain terms as long as you're using it for this. But that's assuming that everybody has the same boundaries.
Yeah, she
has.
Saying the reason why my boots are so sexy, like, okay, well then
I mean, I honestly just, for me personally, the fact that she was sitting down like that, all I could see was all those men having to look down. And yeah, they're looking at her shoes, but how can you not see just how she's busting out of the shirt? So that's what I'm saying. It's confusing to me for her to say like she has all these
insecurities.
She thought that Justin was looking at her chest. Like, I think, like, I mean, she's not wrong. I mean, I was looking at her chest because it was literally just there.
Well, because it's the same thing. It's why when this all first dropped, the only thing that I had to look at was the promo material, or during the promo material, she's wearing all of those very open weave shirts. Like, they're basically like jump chains hooking pieces of whatever together. And then she even has one of the premiere press tours where she's only got a blazer and nothing on under the blazer. And it's kind of like, how, if you were so uncomfortable, are you suddenly so comfortable with crowds of people that you don't know? And then you also find the articles about her so openly breastfeeding and pumping in public, and it's kind of like, which is it?
And it's so weird to me, only because like I get having that you have the right to decide when consent happens, that just because you give consent to one person doesn't mean you're giving consent to another person, or just because you give consent once doesn't mean it's like in perpetuity. I get that, but it is so hard to go like, how do people know based off of how she's functioned? It's really hard. Like, she's asking people to be mind readers, that she is willing to be pretty much, no, she's always showing her boobs, and but yet at the same time, that this day, today, this moment, it's not appropriate. It's like, uh, it's especially when she's crossed the line
Contradictory.
with so many other people. It's very
Yes.
like,
Contradictory at the same time.
it's very
And so
jarring.
Sophie is in the comments saying it's sounding like victim blaming, and I get what you're saying, but when you look at the sum total, because like the reason why I was saying at the beginning, the only thing I had to go off of was the press tour and how conflicting that was, being that she sounded so hyper vigilant of like, I was seen by people, but then, okay, well, but then you go on the press tour and you're so comfortable with so many people seeing you in a very revealing state. And then you tie it into the articles where, I mean, she invites an interviewer she doesn't even really know, and she's pumping as soon as they walk in, and the interviewer has no ability to consent and has no ability, they don't even know that they're walking in on Blake.
That's the thing that's confusing to me, Raven. She does this to other people, and she assumes it's okay because she's doing it. And so where's her sensitivity to other people's boundaries? She doesn't
Right.
seem to possess it. Like when she grabbed Henry Golding's junk and then claimed that it's okay because it was her inspired by her character. Yes, it was improvised, but you know, she says she asked for consent, but it's not in the script. And why are you grabbing this man's junk? It's very confusing. And I understand, you know, Sophie, I'm very sensitive to people, you know, being victim blamed. That is not the desire at all in what we're saying, and it breaks my heart that that's how you're perceiving it. It is literally talking about just how confusing it is. There's so you literally, as you're watching some of these things, going, how would somebody know that today she's fine with it, tomorrow she's not, today she's fine with it with here, but she's not fine with it there? And I think that people are trying to say it's like it should be a given, but I'm like, as a woman, I'm thankful that I'm a woman, because if I was a man and I'm perceiving that, I would be very confused. I would be very confused.
Well, and the other reason why I think it's like, it's so important to talk about is because a lot of the times it seems like Justin is following her lead. Like, she sets the tone for the conversation. She sets the tone for the humor. She sets the tone for the inappropriateness. And then if somebody engages in the same way that she does, all of a sudden you're a villain because you've done what she's done. And you're like, I was just following your lead. So the same thing with the revealing clothing. How are you supposed to know that, like, you're this revealing in this moment, but now in this other moment suddenly, and because she doesn't ever ask, she doesn't ever present the situation like, hey, are you okay if I'm in here pumping while we talk? She never,
yes, she doesn't respect any other person's boundaries, and then explicitly thinks that everybody else should know her boundaries, even though she changes the boundaries depending on the moment, not even depending on the person, depending on how she feels. And how in the world do you always have, like, there that's when I start to go like there is sometimes a little bit of a weaponization against around consent at that point when it gets to the point that is so granular that you're like, can I breathe your direction? Because I mean, apparently Jamie Heath could not even look at you at any point. So it's I get frustrated because I'm like it is a person that if she doesn't like you, she's going to find everything you do wrong. And it's hard to function with somebody who nitpicks at everything that you do and assumes that you're just, you know, when you dislike somebody, you just think everything they do is annoying. So can't she just own the fact that she probably couldn't stand Justin Baldoni and she found everything he did annoying? Instead of just saying that this was sexual harassment? Because honestly, this is very like, it just feels like somebody who does not like somebody.
Yes. Yeah, and it's like no regard for how these statements are going to impact this person's family when really it's just that they're annoying to you and you don't like them.
Yeah.
Guys, all the videos are up now, so if you guys want to see them, they're all up. If you guys are eager to see them, they're on there. All 5 videos.
Thank you so much, Karol. I mean, I'm really kind of heated about this moment because seeing that video, it just really, it's really like, it's just, I'm like, I could not have functioned in her set. I could not have functioned in the set she created. Talk about creating a hostile work environment. If you can't even like, I don't know, I would be scared to work with somebody like her. I just would. Okay, so I'm gonna I got to keep going because if I stay here, I'm gonna be incredibly upset even more. Lively also commented on the physical appearance of other actors in connection with the project, both before and after issuing these demands. When discussing one potential actor in the film with Baldoni on March 29, 2023, Lively says she was meeting Redacted. And I wonder if okay, I gotta self-soothe at this moment. I'm just really.
Do you want one of us to keep reading?
No, we're gonna go to a footage. So that one is going to be. Oh no, that's not. Did you say 108 was a no, that's not. This is not a video. They will tell me video clip. Okay, it's not a video clip. Okay, what were you gonna say, Karol? Sorry.
Oh, do you want us to pick up where you're reading or?
I don't know. I can finish. I'm just. It was just kind of upsetting. It's so upsetting because it's like, I don't know.
Well, especially if you're somebody who struggles with like social cues and you're constantly like hyper vigilant of like, am I communicating appropriately? Am I getting through in the right way? Am I not upsetting them or am I accidentally upsetting them? And then she throws in this bonus layer of like, haha, it was okay 4 minutes ago, but now I'm going to weaponize it.
Yeah. I think that's the thing. He's already naturally anxious. He overthinks everything he does. And now you have to add a layer where now he's just scared out of his mind. And I would be too. I'd be scared out of my mind because the one thing I will say is I never want to hurt somebody. I never want to make somebody feel uncomfortable. But if somebody is determined to interpret anything I do as being intended that way, it's like, I really need to not ever be in the room with this person because I don't want to put them in danger in their mind, but I also cannot function. I need to be able to function as a human being in the space. And the kind of environment she created for him, how in the world, it would have been super stressful for me if I was in that space. Anyways, oh gosh. Okay. When discussing the marketing of the film in May 2024, Lively wrote to a younger male cast member, Redacted. And then 183 Redacted. I'm going to mute and I'm going to switch to. All right. Lively requested there be no physical touching, including hugging of herself, her on-set personnel, and or her employees. Lively herself had initiated hugs with Baldoni, as had several members of her staff, which we have footage of, right? We have footage of that. That's why I'm saying it's so confusing. What? And again, I understand just because a person like is fine with you hugging one day and it's not fine with you hugging another day. Like I'm not saying that, you know, that I don't understand, like, that people can say, hey, I don't want to hug today, right? I don't want to hug today. That's fine. But did you communicate? You don't, like, it's so, and to, it almost feels like she's sexualizing hugs. You know what I mean? Like, I understand that some people are not like huggers. So it's just, and also, I just want to give a heads up to folks. I'm a person that reads all the way through these things, but if I have comments, I'm going to stop on my own live to have my comments, and I'm not necessarily going to just jump because you say jump, like, oh, read. I'm going to just read. So you can definitely request it, but please know that just because you ask for it does not mean you will receive it. With that said, that I feel like she's sexualizing hugs almost, which should be one of the most comforting thing you can give somebody. Honestly, I get it. Some people are not huggers, but still. More broadly, all staff members had engaged in large redacted. Justin Greystone, a producer on, which it was from the deposition of Justin Greystone, a producer on the film, observed that redacted. That was from Sachs' deposition. Video footage shows Baldoni hugging male members of the cast and crew as well. Exhibit 110, video clip excerpt from Wayfair. Okay, 110. Oh wait, I think we probably have seen this, probably, right? We want to see 110 and 280. And I'm going to switch it to you for that one.
Okay, guys. 110. That's this one. Okay.
Total is, in Venmo we have 1,000. Copy you. Okay, so we are doing the raffle, and in Venmo we have $1,035. In cash we have $725. And the finale pot total is $1,760. Okay? Alright. Woo! Do you want to give it a shuffle? Jesse, you want to give it a shuffle? Nice shuffle. We want the PAs. Yes, we want the PAs to win. That's what we want to win. And this is the moment of truth that we have all been waiting for. Dion, you might want to come closer. Emily, you might want to come closer. What do we have? Who is it? Yes! Oh my God, let's get the ticket. And it's from Justin! Okay, so congratulations to all the PAs. And the winners are the PAs. Justin, Lovely. Wow. That's hilarious. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you.
It's interesting that he high fives Isabella and hugs the cast member.
Well, yeah, and it looks like the cast member was okay with the hug because he reached out first.
Yeah. And it's interesting too because Lily, Isabella goes for the high five and she actually leans forward to him, and he actually kind of like, I felt like,
yeah.
Can you replay when she high fives? Because he actually almost leans back. It feels like, because so it feels like he was actually putting a boundary.
Okay, I'm gonna zoom.
That was interesting to me because she was walking. Looks like she bumped into him.
That's hilarious. Thank you so much.
You know what? This was happier days with Isabella. It's
just seeing that, it upsets me.
It really does upset me. It makes me so sad. Yeah, she tried to go for a front hug. I mean, I feel like Baldoni is a very much like a upper like shoulder hugger for women, and maybe even a side hugger for women, and then full on hug with men. I mean, it feels like he has that vibe. Because I know men that don't feel comfortable hugging women fully, like they'll do a side hug or whatever. And I think because she was going straight, yeah, he wanted no confusion. And so to me, actually, this footage, even though he's showing that he's hugging the male cast, I mean male crew, it to me it actually shows me the boundaries he even places for her. So, but
Well,
yeah,
and
you're
so what
right.
this
It
also
really did look like Blake from afar. Raven, were you trying to say something?
Oh, yeah, sorry. It's I can hear myself echo afterwards, so I think there's a huge delay again. But what it underlines for me is the shift, because she seems so happy and joyful around him, but then you see that promo interview between her and Blake, and she's like the director when she's talking
Yeah.
about the mark. And so I'm like, was this kind of the moment before the shift, and was a moment or this type of boundary setting felt like a rejection to Isabella and made it easier for Blake to capitalize on like the the manipulation, the persuasion, like, oh well, he's really this. So it was just easier for Blake to plant a seed later. Is that what we see unfolding?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, this just me says I don't know. It didn't seem like a hug to me. It a high five just is here. There was definitely a movement forward. I'm not saying she was trying to hug him, but there was definitely a movement forward. But I don't think that it's. I don't think she was rejected in that moment. I just think that he was just high fiving and thought he was just high fiving. Maybe it was just an awkward step that
Right.
she took, that she almost fell. I have no idea.
Right, no, and I'm not saying that he factually rejected her and that she outright felt it like a full-blown rejection, but like people have those little micro reactions, and so maybe maybe that was a seed of doubt that started to grow in her, and over time, if you set enough boundaries or what have you, and then somebody swoops in with like the manipulative, like, what about Justin? And because we see this is a dramatic shift, from her being happy and joyful from him to suddenly in an interview being like the director, like,
but it's the book
talking
bonanza.
trash about him, essentially.
Yeah. I don't think it's in this scene. I do think it's in the book bonanza, because she says she doesn't spend time with Blake until June 2023. And so after that,
Jada, yes.
June 2020. Yeah, June 2023, because no, 2024, sorry. June 2024. Thank you. My word. This has been going for years.
Guys,
But June
the date on that, is July 6, 2023. On this one, on the first one that we just watched.
Okay, and then we want 280. Do you have 280?
Yeah, the date on 280 that we'll watch next is hold on. I'm checking the date. 7/6. So this is the same day. Okay. All right. I'm gonna push play.
Okay.
I got you. I see. Hopefully, that's the right one. Oh, there you are. Yes, you did.
He's a good hugger. He really is. That's like a comfort hugger.
But I think it also says something about the fact that Blake can't claim he was touchy with her. He hugs everybody. Everybody comes in ready to hug him.
Oh yeah, that's Alex.
Yeah, that's
I
Alex.
didn't even recognize Alex. Oh
Yeah.
that,
Alex
maybe
just
that's
came
why
in. I think
Alex
that was
like,
probably
I am
he
not
was
gonna be caught
done.
in this whole thing.
Yeah, and I think they had just filmed that intimate scene.
Yeah, that's
And
the
he's
rumor.
like, that's a good hugger. That man is like, and Blake cannot claim he was just touchy or whatever. That man hugs everybody.
Let
Yeah.
me see. Does this look better for you guys or like
Yeah,
closer?
hugging a random man there too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, did you guys see how scared Isabella Farah looked when she was with Justin? She looked so scared. I was so scared for her.
Oh, at first I just realized now you're being sarcastic.
I'm being sarcastic.
I was saying Elsrich, it was interesting because when she went to high five, I was like, I didn't know if she was leaning in for a hug or if she just tripped or something or she just bumped into him. But I felt like that was boundary setting in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Because he actually didn't hug Isabella, but maybe Blake will be like, see, he didn't hug you, Isabella, but he hugged me. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe she tried to push. Maybe she tried to say it that way.
Yeah, like he kind of put distance. I know I don't want to give you guys, this is not really like a juicy bit, but there's a point in here. And Shapiro is a great writer, by the way. Shapiro is such a great writer because we are 960 and they talk about how Lively signed on to work on a movie that's about sexually charged, topics and provocative topics. And yet Lively is acting like a conversation about that cannot be had in the same room. It's not like you were working on a set that's not that about that. Meanwhile, your child was working on a set with her dad and was talking about taking a grown man's pee-pee out of her mouth.
Yeah.
Out of his mouth, but okay.
Actually, it sounds like there's a lot of overlap from the content that we're reading here as yours. Because
yes, it's very, I feel like you guys should just jump to 960 because we just said the same thing. No, we got to 960 and everything we were reading in 958, it's here.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying I'm going to stick here because this is 83 pages. The other one is what?
This is 73 pages.
Yeah, so it's this still has 10 more pages. So
no, but I mean, you guys have like bullet point versions. We have like the paragraphed, I guess, versions of things. But yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, I'd be if Baji doesn't jump. That's right. Baji seeing it through to the end.
I'll be back.
Okay. That's why y'all. Thank you for understanding how I function. Because one of the things I will always say to people is I will respect whatever people want. I just might not be it. And so I usually tell people what I am willing to do and what I'm not willing to do. And also, if I know of somebody who is willing to do it the way that they want to do it, I will direct them to those places. Because I'm not going to be all things to all people. All right. So Lively requested there were to be no discussions of personal experiences with sex or nudity. Lively had previously volunteered to Baldoni's details of her personal sex life. Oh, I'm sorry, I laughed. I laughed that she previously volunteered to Baldoni's details of her personal sex life because y'all's all those blind items about what Alanis Morissette and Scarlett Johansson said about Ryan.
Oh.
And if that's any inclination of what may have been said, what did they say? All to say, they said it doesn't happen. It didn't happen very often. And when it did, he didn't want them to make sounds. But that's just a blind. Who knows if it's true? And it sounded like it was quick as well. So I'm like, if her experience is pretty much the same, if you know,
is that why Blake has so many kids? Because she's just got to get whatever she can get when she can get it.
Maybe it's like it's when Ryan Reynolds joked in an interview that he does the obligatory like time with her. I'm a part of me feels like maybe he wasn't joking because sometimes Ryan likes to say things in a joking form, but he might just be serious. Anyways, 190 is redacted. 191, Lively's list also included several items that were wholly unrelated to her sex, gender, or physical appearance, including demands that Baldoni not speak to her dead father, mention his own religious beliefs or ask for hers, or have private multi-hour meetings and trailers, Lively's trailer, with Mr. Baldoni crying, as well as a demand that Lively receive notice of COVID exposures on set. 3. Defendants are pressured to accept Lively's demands. On November 11, Mezzanine explained to Lively's representative that certain of the 17 protections were not viable.
Which paragraph are you on?
I'm on paragraph 192. Okay. I'm not a fan of this paragraph, of this section, because they melt the 30 points. They melt the 30 points with the 17 points a little bit. Because that's confusing to me how they wrote that, to be honest. But anyways, I'm going to just continue to go. So 3, defendants are pressured to accept Lively's demands. On November 11, Mezzanine explained to Lively's representatives that certain of the 17 protections were not viable. So 193 and 194 are redacted. But I would have loved to hear what those were, because it looked pretty much the same as what was presented on the 9th. If anything, they added additional stuff. So that's interesting. 4, the contract writer agreement. On December 15, 2023, Lively's counsel sent Mezzanine a draft side letter, i.e., a draft of what Lively's first amended complaint refers to as the contract writer agreement. In an accompanying email, Lively's counsel stated that the draft side letter was redacted. Okay, so it's redacted. Following further negotiations, redacted on or about January 19, 2024, Heath, acting on behalf of It Ends With Us movie, signed the CRA as a writer to the long-form agreement that was contemplated in the offer letter. A true and correct copy of the executed CRA is at Exhibit 117. The parties to the draft CRA were IEWM and Blake L. Inc. The CRA contained a provision stating there shall be no retaliation of any kind against artists for raising concerns about the conduct described in this letter or for those requirements. Any changes in attitude, sarcasm, marginalization, or other negative behavior, either on set or otherwise, including during publicity and promotional work, as a result of these requests is retaliatory and unacceptable and will be met with immediate action. Natalia, no, Blake did not file an MSJ. The CRA expressly stated that it reflected additional terms and conditions which shall be deemed incorporated into the ALA. The first whereas clause of the CRA states that the parties wish to confirm the conditions under which lender has agreed to cause artists to render acting services on the picture following the break in production of the picture related to the 2023 WGA and SAG-AFTRA labor strikes. The CRA did not contain any provision embodying a promise that Lively would forego or delay any claim against any party. At that time, the CRA was executed. No long-form agreement had been signed, nor had the terms of any long-form agreement been finalized. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I literally zoned out as I read that. And I forgot I was reading it. It's so weird to be like literally reading and yet not paying attention to what I'm saying. Because I was like, I zoned out. In that section. It's kind of like when you're driving and you're so used to driving that you don't even notice you're finally home. Okay, so let me reread that once on 202. The CRA did not contain any provision embodying a promise that Lively would forego or delay any claim against any party. What does that mean?
Like that she would sue somebody down the line?
Is that she did not contain? Okay.
Yeah, like it did not say something about Lively
okay.
promising. I would think that that's what it means.
So they're saying they reserve their rights, or what? Okay. This line is making a very simple but very pointed legal argument. Here's what it means in plain language. The CRA did not say Blake Lively had to wait to sue. They are saying the CRA, most likely the confidentiality release agreement or whatever CRA refers to in this case. I don't know what the CRA stands for again. What is it? It is CRA is the contract writer agreement. says they are saying the CRA did not include any clause that Blake Lively had promised to hold off, delay, or give up any future legal claims against anyone. So the defense is arguing that Blake cannot say, I didn't file earlier because the CRA required me to, or I was contractually prevented from suing. The filing emphasizes that nothing in that agreement stopped her from suing Wayfarer, suing Baldoni, suing anyone else, raising concerns earlier, making a complaint sooner. Why they included this? This usually appears in a motion when the plaintiff tries to justify a late claim or a delay. The plaintiff claims they were constrained by contract. The plaintiff suggests they agreed not to sue at the time to avoid jeopardizing something else. Wayfarer's, Wayfarer's side is basically saying there was no such promise. She was free to bring any complaint at any time. The CRA never restricted her. So the strategic purpose is this supports the defense narrative that any delay in her claim was her own choice. She was not contractually silenced. She cannot retroactively point to the CRA as a reason for waiting. She cannot claim she was legally prevented from acting. Okay, that helps. That helps. Okay. The CRA did not include any admission or acknowledgement of improper conduct or that any of the conduct prohibited by the writer had ever occurred. Wayfarer Studios was not a party to the CRA. Lively has not provided any evidence that the compensation she received for her work was reduced following her demands for protections. Following Lively's insistence on a list of protections and the execution of the CRA, her role in the production and involvement in the film was not constrained or diminished in any way. Instead, Lively's control over the film continued to expand, which is like the best argument, honestly. It was like, what is the adverse, like, what is the term adverse? Karol? What is the term again? Adverse
employment?
Yeah, adverse employment, what actions or whatever. Yeah. So there isn't any. She kept getting more power. Adverse action. Okay, yeah. On December 28, 2023, Baldoni wrote that although he was angry and upset about letting Blake take over a film and rewrite a movie we spent years developing, writing, and funding, I'm waving the white flag and submitting. I'm going to give her 98% of what she wants. Lively and her husband make additional demands during a meeting at her home. Oh, okay. On January 4, 2024, Lively, Baldoni, Heath, and others met at Lively's apartment at Lively's request. Okay, so they have things from depositions from Alex Sachs, I think, or maybe not Alex Sachs, Giannetti, Ange Giannetti depositions. During the meeting, Lively read a longer list of demands off her phone. In addition to the protections discussed above, these demands appear to refer to several incidents Lively had raised previously, including Baldoni's reference. I knew it! Yes! I was so right. Oh, sorry. I got too excited. I got so excited. Okay, y'all. I told you it's either going to be circumcision or vasectomy. I told you. And it is circumcision. It is. I knew it. I knew she would twist something about talking about circumcision or vasectomy. Okay.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
Well, okay, remember how she said he described his genitalia? And I told people it's either going to be a vasectomy or a circumcision.
Or
it was
circumcision.
A circumcision.
No.
Yep.
We just talked about that.
Yep. These demands appear to refer to several incidents Lively had raised previously, including Baldoni's references to circumcision in their first meeting.
Because we just talked about when Harvey was reading the TMZ thing and he's like, no more mention of cast and crew genitalia. And we were like, well, initially it was just her and his genitalia. Then it was just his genitalia. And now you're saying cast and crew. And Bachi was like, I don't know if you guys have heard Bachi say this, but she was like, you know what? I bet you he probably talked about circumcision of his kids or something like that. Or maybe him, or like a vasectomy, not having kids anymore. And she's going to twist it. Stop.
She is so predictable. She is so stinking predictable. Yes, she had a baby boy. And so I'm like, she is so stinking predictable.
They probably were talking about her son's circumcision.
Yeah, I can believe that.
And Justin will probably relate it to the fact that he has a son as well. He was circumcised as well. And she turned it into that?
Yeah. I knew it had to be.
Come get your crown, queen. Like, come get your crown, queen. Get your crown, queen. Yeah. You guys. Put your likes in the chat. Put your likes in the chat for Bachi clacking that.
tap the double like button.
Double tap Bachi for that one.
Thank you.
That is crazy.
I didn't mean to get so excited, but I'm like, I knew it.
Oh, somebody said, or non-circumcision. Maybe the little Allen boy wasn't circumcised.
Maybe.
I don't know what they're doing over there.
A little all-in boy.
All I will say is this, y'all. The way I analyze Blake Lively and assume certain things, I'm like, what's the pattern I've seen out of Blake Lively? She takes something that's benign and then twists it to make it sound horrible. And what would describing genitalia usually entail? It's going to have to be a vasectomy or a circumcision. I mean, that's
because he wouldn't be out there talking to you nasty like that.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh, that's crazy.
She is so predictable, Elsrich. I'm like disgusted.
But we just talked about
she's
that
so
2 days
predictable.
ago. That is so crazy. We just had that conversation 2 days ago.
Yeah, I know.
I'm about to go gossip over here. I'm gonna go tell them what you said. I'll be back.
His discreet inquiry about her weight in April 2023 and the events she had discussed in June 2023, such as the birth video she was shown by Heath and Baldoni's references to his prior pornography addiction, as well as insinuations that defendants needed to be told not to discuss personal experiences with sex or make sexual comments to female cast or crew. Lively also demanded that Baldoni not speak to her dead father, mention his own religious beliefs, or have private multi-hour meetings in Lively's trailer with Mr. Baldoni crying. Lively also demanded notice of COVID exposures on set. Okay, here's the thing. They already mentioned this portion up there, and I really think that they should have deleted it up there because it didn't make sense earlier on. It makes sense here. Oh, I love a big prize. What is that? Thank you. Although the attendees were stunned by the nature of the meeting, they made efforts to assuage Lively's anger, though neither Heath nor Baldoni admitted any wrongdoing. Sarowitz was not present at the meeting that took place in New York on January 4, 2024. He does not recall exactly when he learned about the meeting. Sarowitz recalls speaking to Baldoni about the meeting at some point in time, but does not know the exact date they spoke. Sarowitz was never aware that anyone ever referred to the meeting as an HR complaints meeting. And as I said, how in the world are you going to call it like an HR meeting when there's no HR person? C Journalist 24 said, love this for you. How many times we talked about this? Yeah, we totally did, CJ. And also thank you for like having me on your show on YouTube. You and Elsrich have helped me get, like, I have over 1,000 followers over there now. Thank you for that. And I'm supposed to upload this to this is a stinking long live. It's already been, I think, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, it's 11. Maybe it might be already 7 hours going in. I think, maybe, possibly, unless I'm maybe 6. So it's gonna be hard to upload this video. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna slash out all the things I did prior to like this reading. This reading is gonna be the priority. So I'm gonna just cut everything else out. Sarowitz is aware that Lively sent a list of demands for her return to work, which were honored. Sarowitz has no knowledge that anyone at Wayfarer Studios committed any of the acts implied in the list of demands. Sarowitz understood that Wayfarer Studios acceded to Lively's list of demands under duress and with a caveat saying that the studio did not necessarily agree with the demands. Around the time Lively provided her list of demands, representatives from Wayfarer Studios spoke to counsel who advised there were no events that they felt would require an investigation. Okay, interesting. That's general counsel. Maybe that's and them.
What section?
I'm sorry, what?
What section?
I'm moving now into section K. So paragraph 217 is where I'm moving on to now. So after making her protections demands, Lively revised several scenes to be more sexually charged. Interesting. And I wonder if it's because she got her body to the way she wanted it now. Because there was I forgot who's the one who brought it up to me, who said, I think the reason she refused to sign the nudity rider is because she wanted her body a particular way before she did it. So 217 redacted. 218 said, in a revision of Redacted, Lively explained that she was trying to redacted in her revised scenes, redacted. And then it just says sex, period. So everything else is redacted, and the only thing that's not redacted says sex, period. Later, the characters are described as redacted. In another December 2023 revision, Lively directed Baldoni's character to say redacted. Lively directed Baldoni's character. The second phase of filming included all of Lively's intimate scenes, proceeded without incident. 220, production resumed on January 5, 2024. 221, the second phase of filming took place primarily on a New Jersey set and with a few additional days in California. That day, Lively told Slate redacted. 1 week into filming on January 14, 2024, Lively told Slate redacted. 224, all redacted from Zavala's deposition. 225, all redacted from something from Lively. 226, filming concluded on February 9, 2024. So letter M, Lively exercised near total control over the second half of production. So 227 is all redacted. Then letter N, Lively used the influence of her famous friends to take over the... Woohoo! Here we go. Lively used the influence of her famous friends to take over the film entirely. On or about February 22, 2024, Lively told Sony that she would not agree to promote the film unless she was permitted to participate in the edit. During the ensuing weeks, Lively redacted. Lively told famous friends redacted. She also did not hesitate to disparage Baldoni among her Hollywood crowd, describing him redacted, for example, as redacted and redacted. Lively urged redacted, as well as her famous friends, redacted. For instance, in April 26, 2024 messages, redacted. Lively responded redacted. And then 232 is all redacted. Dr. Nuran, I recognize there's a memorandum. We're finishing up this portion, and a lot of the memorandum is pretty much also this. So there's a lot of, and this one's 10 pages longer. So I'm probably still going to look at that one to see how much overlap there is and if there's anything new or not in this particular document. 233 said Lively also demanded changes to the film's credits, including redacted and removing a credit stating that It Ends With Us was a film by Baldoni altogether. That's right. Saucy Nugget says Elsie's going over the memorandum. So there is a live that I think is still going on over on YouTube with Lauren. So it's Court of Public Opinion. So if folks want to hear about the memorandum, that is the place to go, which is, I think you would do Court of Public Opinion and then join them over there. Okay. And removing a credit stating that It Ends With Us was a film by Baldoni altogether. Miss Lively had requested that my name be removed, so I had my film by credit removed. So 234 is redacted. It's Greenstein's deposition. 235, Lively also insisted that Baldoni's image be removed from marketing materials. Oh, okay. She really did. She really outright asked for that. Lively also insisted that Baldoni's image be removed from marketing materials and the film's poster, which ultimately just featured Lively herself. So she really did demand that. And you know what's so sad about that? She removed Brandon's name. She removed other people's name on that thing. It was just her. She's so... Gosh, it's really disgusting, to be honest. I mean, it's disgusting, but is it like criminal? No. It's just, she's just not somebody you would want to work with.
But like,
236...
the really thing that sours me the most about it is that like this is who Taylor's been friends with. Like, how does she
Yeah.
treat Taylor that Taylor's like, I'm fine?
Well, I mean, we got to even remember how their friendship started, right? Blake put something kind of snarky on her post, and people thought that there was beef, and then then they became friends. I don't know how, but 236 is all redacted. 237, the film's post production supervisor wrote, all redacted. 238, Lively asserted redacted. 239, Josh Greenstein, the president of Sony's Motion Picture Group, wrote redacted. On July 7, 2024, Lively told Redacted. The film premiered in New York City on August 6, 2024, and it was released to the public on August 9, 2024. So O is Lively and her husband took steps to harm Baldoni's reputation. On or about July 17, 2023, during the filming hiatus and before presenting her protections demands, Lively and her husband, Ryan Reynolds, unfollowed Baldoni on Instagram. Okay. Yeah. This is where I'm saying that July 19, when the dailies happened, I'm saying that that's where it was. So 243, after the conclusion of filming and leading up to the premiere, Lively and her husband Ryan Reynolds openly attacked and disparaged Baldoni, seeking to tarnish his reputation in Hollywood, including among their famous and powerful friends, as well as with fellow cast members and in the media. For instance, all redacted, all the way to, I guess there's a D or E, all the way to E. So A through E are all redacted. So we don't see what they're saying here. 244, during the relevant period, redacted. On July 13, 2024, redacted. On or about June 20, 2024, a promotional event for the film was held at Book Bonanza's Hoover's annual romance book convention. Baldoni was not permitted to attend. Marissa, thank you so much. I appreciate that. In July,
Thanks for the likes. I just wanted to say that. Thanks for the likes and the gifts. That's really kind. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. And I mean, we have been here so long that we're actually over 101.4K likes. That's how long we've been on this live. Yes. Yeah, it's an Italian sport. I did not know bocce in Italian means kisses. But yes, I play bocce with a lot of Italian men. Okay. Most of them much older. So where am I? In July, okay, yeah. In July, Lively excluded Baldoni from a marketing shoot for the film conducted by her husband's marketing company, Maximum Effort. Sorry. Lively and others at Sony were aware that the media, including social media, was picking up on Lively's efforts to alienate Baldoni from the cast and film while generating adverse publicity about Baldoni. For instance, redacted and redacted. Okay, so P. Lively took steps to exclude Baldoni from the premiere of his own film. On or about July 22, 2024, redacted. Danny Greenberg writing, redacted. Ultimately, Baldoni and the Wayfarer team were not allowed to be on the red carpet during the premiere except during specified times when Lively was not present. Baldoni and his team were also required to wait in a basement while Lively conducted her red carpet pictures and then view the film on a separate screen. 251, redacted. Q. Baldoni, Heath, and Wayfarer retained a crisis PR firm to assist and advise them in the face of growing adverse media attention. For years, prior to the events at issue here, Jennifer Abel, a public relations professional, had worked with Wayfarer and Baldoni on PR matters. Wayfarer and Baldoni were concerned that any adverse media would harm the reception and success of the film. Even as the negative press intensified, Wayfarer gave Abel and her colleagues explicit instructions to not place any story that was negative about Blake, Lively, or otherwise. Our main focus was to mitigate the negative press that was breaking organically from the press tour. On June 24, 2024, Heath and Jen Abel agreed that redacted in response to the swirling press rumors. On or about July 25, 2024, Baldoni and Heath first met with TAG, Melissa Nathan's PR firm, to discuss the possibility of retaining the firm for crisis PR. A TAG employee's notes from that meeting state that Wayfarer was not going to fire offensive bullets, but wanted to have a strategy. On July 26, 2020, okay, that's good to know. A TAG employee's notes from that meeting state that Wayfarer was not going to fire offensive bullets but wanted to have a strategy. On July 26, 2024, TAG circulated a proposed scope of work. It included providing support for Baldoni and others with independent strategic counsel, curating statements, background information, and talking points for the press, reflecting Wayfarer's core values, key messaging, and the integral role they played to bring this film to life, developing a scenario planning document, identifying third-party validators, working to mitigate negative stories, correct inaccuracies, and monitoring coverage, as well as providing input on press strategies and media training. On July 30, 2024, Wayfarer President Tara Hanks wrote to Stephanie Jones, redacted. Wayfarer hired TAG and Nathan on August 2, 2024. Okay, so we officially know that they were hired the same day as the scenario planning, because I think there was a whole discussion around like, you know, what date did she officially get hired? So it was August 2, 2024. On August 2, 2024, TAG circulated a scenario planning document listing a series of possible options for responding to the crisis, public relations crisis facing Baldoni and Wayfarer. Nathan has testified that document was not an approved action plan, but only a preliminary document for the purposes of scenario planning, with each suggestion being only a possibility. This is not definitive. This is scenario planning, so this is a possibility. This is not definitive. Okay. On August 4, 2024, TAG employees exchanged messages discussing the redacted because they redacted. In the days after the premiere, negative press against Baldoni and testified. On or about August 7, 2024, additional cast members unfollowed Baldoni on social media at Lively's prompting. And they say, see Exhibit 171 from Sony. They're using as a backup to the statement. They're saying to this backup of this statement that these additional cast members unfollowed Baldoni on social media at Lively's prompting. They're saying, look at what Sony provided us. So I'm looking forward to what Exhibit 171 is once that's made available to us. Because what in the world showed it? So this is all redacted. 263 on August 8, 2024, The Hollywood Reporter published an article entitled, Did Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni have a rift over It Ends With Us?
Sorry. Some attachments started coming through.
Is 171 available?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Okay, we're going to go there next.
I real quick, everyone, she is halfway through reading the statement, the 56.1, docket 958. She's like on page 55, and there's 87 pages. If you guys have just joined, because I saw the numbers just increased, we already watched the videos, but the videos are available on docketupdates.com. Just go to the front page and it'll have a link for you guys.
Oh, also, Carol, almost everybody here is from YouTube, so they've seen the video. They should have seen the video.
Oh, great.
Almost everybody coming to join because we've ended on YouTube.
No, yeah.
So everybody should have seen the video already.
Well, thanks,
Yes,
Elsrich,
okay.
for being the ambassador or like the representative. You know what?
I would like an award.
United Nations. Like,
I would like a PGA.
You want
Can
a
I have
PGA credit, huh? You want
Yes.
a PGA credit? Well,
Yes.
unlike Blake, you deserve it. What about that?
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys looking out for me.
though.
Basement crew? Are we the basement crew?
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for joining.
Yeah, 300 people are still awake for this. And thankfully, a lot of y'all also heard different things because you had the memorandum.
Yeah.
You know, so that's the difference. You had the memorandum. We are reading what was this called? 56.1 statement?
56.1
56.1, yeah.
And
Yeah.
just since we have new numbers in here, can people, if you're not following Karol, follow Karol?
Yes.
Because she's done amazing work with docketupdates.com.
Yes.
I'm almost at 10K followers. No way. I was at like 8,000 though, Tiff. What do you mean I'm almost at 10K followers?
You're at 8,100.
Okay, that's
That's
very
not
proud.
almost 10K,
But that's
Tiff.
not, that's like
Hey,
like
that's an
saying,
optimistic
you know what?
outlook.
That's not.
Yeah,
I love how you say
Okay.
that's almost.
You guys,
I
the
would
call
tell
to
you, watch
1,000
you
next
follow
week.
her.
She'll
A
get
call to
10,000 next
action.
week.
I'm
Don't rain on her
optimistic.
parade, Elsrich.
Jeff, you're
A
so
call to
cute.
action, you guys. A call to action. There's 302 of you in here. I'm gonna assume at least 50% of you don't follow Bachi. And I'm gonna need you to go ahead and do that right now. I want to see the numbers jump. We have 8121.
Oh my gosh. Because wait,
By
no,
the-
because wait, does Bocce, she would get like more controls if she made the 10,000. So yeah, like everybody follows
Yes.
Bocce
So
she can
please,
get
the
10,000.
count right now
other
is
controls do I get?
8121. Let's go ahead and I don't know, girl. I don't do lives. I've only done like 2 lives. And I still didn't do anything other than put filters on my face. So I don't know what controls
Wait,
you get. But
she'd get the controls and she'd also get the opportunity. That's when you can monetize, right?
Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I feel like
I remember when they were like, somebody had made a comment of like, "Oh, you get paid." I was like, "Paid what?" Unless somebody gives me a gift on a live.
Most importantly, she would get a playlist, and we need her.
Yes.
Broken
Yes.
Oh
You
my
can
God.
make a
Can you
playlist.
imagine? That's going to be work for me to show my playlist. But I would love my predictions that came true. I would like that.
All right. So you guys follow Bachi, follow Karol, follow Raven, and then that helps Bachi a lot too. Since she's not monetized, like tap on her face, use her forehead. Think of like smacking her forehead 100 times. Just smack, 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 and she will get likes.
You're so sweet. Y'all are so sweet. Okay. So we're at page 52 right now. So on August 8, 2024, The Hollywood Reporter published an article entitled, "Did Blake Lively, Justin Baldoni have a rift over It Ends With Us? Sleuthing TikTokers Think So." The article discussed Baldoni being excluded from press for the film and unfollowed by Lively and other cast members. On or about August 8, 2024, Lively's PR representative Leslie Sloan, redacted, Sloan testified, redacted, Sloan also, redacted, Sloan testified, redacted. On August 8, 2024, redacted. The same day, redacted. Heath. Redacted. Heath, Abel, and Nathan did not want to add fuel to the fire by prompting additional adverse media. In particular, they told Jones not to contact the press about Lively. Upon learning that Jones had done so, on August 9, 2024, Heath wrote to Jones, redacted. On August 9, 2024, the Daily Mail published an article entitled "Disturbing Truth Behind Why Blake Lively and Her It Ends With Us stars are feuding with Justin Baldoni." Exhibit 177, James Vitushka. Your favorite, who's
Sarah's
favorite friend? It was
gone.
Sarah's favorite friend.
That's Sarah's favorite.
That's Sarah's favorite friend on Instagram who responds back. And Lillian, I don't know how to say her last name. "Disturbing Truth Behind Why Blake Lively and It Ends With Us stars are feuding with Justin Baldoni." The article quotes sources asserting Baldoni was chauvinistic and borderline abusive on set. It also notes that rumors of a vicious feud between Lively and Baldoni had been swirling for weeks, with online sleuths highlighting how the on-screen love interests were not pictured together at the U.S. premiere, while some cast members have blatantly swerved questions about the director. Jenny Slate tried to do that. It was such a bad look. That day, Lively's agent wrote to Lively, redacted. 271 us all redacted. Wayfarer hired street relations to monitor social media. So on August 7, 2024, Abel wrote to Nathan, "I think we really need to put the social combat plan into motion." She noted that she was waiting on a green light from Heath to do so. On August 8, 2024, Nathan proposed a quote for a new scope of work that included additional social media engagement. On or about August 9, 2024, Wayfarer engaged Jed Wallace's firm Street Relations to monitor the social media discussion concerning Lively, Baldoni, and the film. Okay, the only thing I hold off on that, to be honest, though, is $30,000 a month for monitoring.
That actually could be cheaper depending on the celebrity you are and the firm. That's probably one of the cheapest packages out there.
I will say,
keep in mind,
I will say, now that I think about it, when we were reading blind items for Ryan,
70K.
Ryan, it was 87,000 K, right?
Each.
87,000 each for each person. She
Yeah.
was paying 87. They were paying. I mean, if we were to believe the blind items, we don't know definitively if it's true. But if it was $87,000 per, like for Ryan, and 87,000 for Blake a month that they were paying for their PR back, and that was like a few years ago.
In
Like,
the
it was not current.
18s. That was in the 18s, 2018s and stuff.
Yeah, so that's a lot of, like, it would be way more now. So yeah,
These
30,000 in the long
celebrities
run is
pay.
like nothing.
They pay a pretty penny to keep a good PR on their
Well, 'cause it
Imagine
worked
what
for
Tree
them for a
Payne
really
gets
long
paid.
time.
Like, imagine what Tree Payne gets paid imagine Tree's check.
Yeah. I mean,
And she's not even
it worked
allowed to
them
work
a
for
really long
anybody
time.
else. I don't even
Yeah.
think she's allowed to work for anybody else.
Yeah. I mean, if she's paid enough, you know.
Yeah.
Jed Wallace has testified that his firm did not surreptitiously spread negative information about Lively and has no ability to do so. I'm still very iffy about Jed Wallace and Melissa Nathan. I mean more so. I don't know. You know, I think about Chris saying that he found websites that have. So I'm withholding my judgment around Jed. I think that very much we have a lot of proof that Jamie was very much stand down.
Right.
But do I think that maybe Jed and Melissa have something that can be found for the other things? I don't know.
Which at the end of the day, that is their job. And I've said 100 times over, you're not going to find like a clean cut PR. That's the job. It's dirty. It's PR. Them having any type of untoward something in the background shouldn't be shocking. The thing we're looking for is the insistence from Wayfair, Justin, and Jamie saying, we don't want that. Whether or not they chose to listen or do whatever they thought they needed to do to protect their client, that's on them. But I don't think it's fair to assume like because Justin and Jamie are like behind and they're nice and they're good, they found a PR person that is in the same lane. PR people are not meant to, I don't want my PR person to be like the best person in the world. I need you to be able to get down and dirty. That's the job. I may not want to know about it.
You're like,
I know, and I'm
like
not ashamed.
Jed, Blake, and
Do
Ryan
what you
are
gotta do.
pursuing me right now.
Do your worst. But like deep down, I could be a good person. I could not want the worst for the other person. But if it's me or them, I choose me every day.
Did we see that 962 is on the docket?
Yes, it's just a declaration. 961 and 962.
All
It's just
right.
a declaration.
I mean, the thing is, I'm like, I have work, but
Oh, you do?
I have work tomorrow, which is today. But I don't care. I'm just gonna be.
Oh,
a
shit.
I
walking
can write you a
zombie.
note. I can write you a
I'm
note.
I'm gonna be a walking zombie tomorrow.
I legit
I might not
thought
sleep,
today
I
was
just might start
Thursday.
What?
Today
I
is
legit
Thursday,
thought
my
today was
love.
Thursday.
Okay, a
No.
person at a time, please. Let's go, Raven.
No, I thought it was Thursday and that you'd just be missing Friday, but it's only turning into Thursday.
Oh, it's turning into Thursday.
Yeah. Sorry, Elsrich. What were you saying?
No, I was saying I will write you a note.
I'm
Tell
not
your
sure
boss,
that my
Elsrich
boss
says.
I just have meetings tomorrow, but I might take a vacation.
You better push them shits back. Email them
No,
right now.
I actually have a facilitation on Friday, so
Can you imagine your boss is watching this right now?
I'm very honest with my boss. I'm very honest with my boss, and they know I get my work done, so they trust me, and so even if I
Somebody
work
said-
on odd hours, I'll get it done.
Somebody
I'm
said
sick. I
call
just
your
got you
boss and
sick,
start
Betsy.
coughing.
I
Hey,
just
Blake
got you
was
sick
able to
in this
use
live.
I mean,
COVID. Blake was able to get out of
thankfully-
work.
Thankfully, I have work and have an amazing boss that I don't need to manufacture anything.
I legit,
I'm still a little
Consultant,
helps.
OR Rhythm Nation.
I legit feel like I'm getting sick. That's why I have the red light on, is because I'm trying to like hopefully stop it.
Oh,
So
no.
I'm getting you sick in this live right now.
No,
Oh my God, that is such a Blake Lively move.
I rebuke that energy. You know what it gets.
That is such a Blake Lively move to get sick on a live.
If OR Rhythm Nation, did you mean me? Say that again. If you're saying me, I said an educator consultant. So I do trainings.
You know what I just figured out in the other live? Cassidy O'Connell on YouTube also teach us how to teach. So I told her you and her need to link up because you're the same.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, so T. Lively suffered backlash. In August 2024, Baldoni himself repeatedly made positive comments about Lively in the press. He really did. I never heard one negative thing coming out of his mouth about her.
Which was intentional of him, though. He made sure to not say anything bad. He did say that.
Yeah.
Like, he made sure he wasn't trying to say
like
anything bad about her.
Like I said, like Blake Lively put herself on blast because the man was trying to protect well, himself, but also protecting her
Yeah.
at that time.
He wasn't trying to
Like,
bring
I'm
it
not
any
gonna-
more attention to it.
But it's like,
Yeah.
but she insisted, no, I want everybody to know that I am sketchy.
I want everybody in
and
our
horrible.
business.
Like,
And now we're in
why?
your business.
Yeah, I mean, she literally forced that. So then, let's see here. Melissa Nathan confirmed to Sloan that she was not redacted. On August 8, 2024, Nathan also told her own sister, gossip reporter Sarah Nathan. Does Sarah Nathan want to be called a gossip reporter? Is she really a gossip reporter? That's the first time I've heard.
Maybe
her.
gossip column. I mean, I don't know. Gossip.
I don't know.
Maybe we take offense to that. Maybe they don't.
Maybe they don't. But to me, it sounds like a downgrade.
Like as a downgrade, yeah.
Yeah, it's like. Anyways, on August 8,
Yeah,
2024,
amazing.
Nathan also told her own sister, gossip reporter Sarah Nathan, that she had not contacted reporters on Baldoni's behalf and did not intend to do so. It's going to be really interesting if, like, Sarah does read that and she does take offense. Like,
I mean, we will never find out, though. What is she going to make? Like an Instagram post that was offensive? We will never find
I
out.
don't know. Well, how did we ever think that we would know any of this stuff right now?
I guess they better not be using regular text messages.
279 redacted, 280 as of August 11, 2024 redacted, 281. Okay, on August 11, 2024, the New York Times published an article entitled "What It Ends With Us Says About the Blake Lively Brand." That's Exhibit 189, Esther Zuckerman. The article discusses Lively's efforts to cross-promote the film and her personal hair care and alcohol brands, as well as her husband's brand of gin. For instance, it stated a promotional email explained how to make It Ends With Us inspired cocktails using Betty Buzz. One recipe called for Reynolds Gin. It's a cheery gimmick that seems awkwardly out of step with the context of the film itself, which tells the story of a woman dealing with domestic violence. Lively's performance is almost beside the point. Lively has transformed the project into film as commerce. There is no evidence that defendants played any role in this article. And I love how they point that out, because they're like, look, is the New York Times part of your smear campaign? Because they wrote this about you. The New York Times wrote this about you back then. Are you going to blame them? So on August 13, 2024, redacted. Also on August 13, Nathan privately observed to Abel that there was a completely unsolicited story from TMZ. Blake has a huge ego. Justin Baldoni was liked by many cast and crew, and this is her ego being bruised. Abel responded, not from any of us, Obs. Nathan agreed, totally not from us. Okay, mind you, the way that they write that, it sounds suspicious. But again, they never thought that anybody would see the light of day of these texts. But I always thought the way they wrote that sounds weird. Abel concluded.
I was going to say, to your point of, I mean, we already read this, but Justin was liked by many cast and crew. In the not the declaration, on that page or in the video, you could see how when they were doing the raffle, they wanted the PAs to win. And in our video on YouTube, we were talking about how it says a lot that he was rooting, him and everybody else was like, people in the room were rooting for somebody from production or the crew to win the little raffle. Because I could see Blake in a room hoping she wins, or not even participating in a raffle to begin with. Or if somebody from PA had
you're
won,
assuming she would even be staying, in the same
standing
vicinity.
there enough to touch that thing.
She's
But
like,
she probably would
look,
have been
I've
like,
seen, I'm out.
yeah, if PA won, let's do it again. No, I have to win. Let's do it again.
I don't take no for an answer, he says.
Oh my God.
Abel concluded there are clearly people on set coming out to defend Baldoni, which is good, and we just let them do their thing. The same day, Lively wrote to another male cast member, redacted. The cast member responded, redacted. On or about August 19, 2024, redacted. Prior to these events, Lively had been criticized for redacted. Prior to these events, Lively also has been criticized for problematic on-set behavior while working on the TV show Gossip Girl. Exhibit 195, Lively's third amended responses to Wayfarer Studios LLC's second set of interrogatories, number 21, at 15, referring to January 7, 2024 video. These criticisms resurfaced in August 2024. Redacted, for instance, a bunch of redacted stuff from Sony. And then as negative sentiment toward Lively accelerated, Baldoni asked his PR team to confirm that it was not using bots or fake accounts to generate positive sentiment for him online. Abel and Nathan both confirmed that they were not using bots or fake accounts. But my pushback on that is we're reading the interrogatories and they're claiming that there's these text messages. Now, mind you, I pretty much don't trust anything that they give us because they've shown themselves to be very untrustworthy. But if they were actually being honest, and the text messages are as they're presenting it, which again, they've broken the trust many times that I don't fully trust. It would look bad. It looks like they did have burner accounts or they did da 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 da. And here they're saying, we did not use anything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mary, didn't she look like Blake? She really very much looked like Blake in that scene, but that was Isabella in that scene. On August 19, 2024, Baldoni asked Nathan about the negative sentiment toward Lively online. He wrote, "This is not us, correct?" Nathan responded, "None of us would ever do this. There is this struggle where it's kind of maybe unbelievable the way that people are turning against her, but they are, organically. It's organic. She's blown herself up by her own actions." And then cites an article describing Lively's past use of a transgender slur. "This just ran. Obviously, none of us knew about this either. But once media goes in, they go in. You did not do any of these. We did not do any of these. This is all organic." So on August 27, 2024, Baldoni privately discussed with Nathan that he had no intention to make Lively or anyone an outcast and told Nathan he was praying for Lively and Reynolds. He's a better person than most.
A better person than me.
On August 27, 2024, Baldoni wrote to Heath, Nathan, and Abel, "Definitely don't want to play stories and yet just want to change the narrative." Heath subsequently responded, "Let's stay the course and not react." He's such a... Jamie is the perfect person for the role that he is,
Yeah.
Abel agreed, "We want to keep our participation with press to a minimum and keep steering the narrative into other things where we can." Letter U. Lively and her husband spread negative information about Baldoni and work to kill negative stories about Lively. So it's all redacted from paragraph 293 all the way to 296. Then on 297, it says, on August 15, 2024, Sloan wrote to another gossip reporter asking him to change the wording of a headline about the feud between Lively and Baldoni. Redacted. After reviewing the article, redacted. And then it's redacted again from 298 until 300. Then in 301, it says, during this period, defendants believe that Lively's press team was spreading negative information about Baldoni and using bots. So redacted bullet points underneath that 301. V, Lively failed to uncover proof that defendants spread false information about her. So during this litigation, Lively responded to interrogatories seeking identification of the ways in which defendants supposedly seeded social media content to increase the negative sentiment toward Lively. Nearly half the incidents Lively identified are devoid of any negative content about Lively. This is what I noticed. I agree with that. It's devoid of negative content about Lively, and merely claim that the defendants either suppress content about Mr. Baldoni or enhance positive content regarding Mr. Baldoni. These include Baldoni's effort to focus his press and promotion for the film on the issue of domestic violence and to boost videos by others showing him promoting his film. And then there's redacted for B, C, and all the way through G. And then 304 said, Lively also points to incidents in which defendants spoke to the press about Lively herself. None of these incidents involve sharing any factual falsehood about Lively. Instead, they involve pointing out true facts about Lively or her husband's conduct or sharing negative opinions of that conduct. I mean, that's why I'm fine with it. 305 is redacted. 306 says Lively has not put forward any evidence to suggest the Little Bump video is not genuine or that defendants had any contact with a reporter in that video. W. Sarowitz played no role in marketing the film or Wayfarer's publicity strategy. Sarowitz was not involved in the marketing of the film and did not review any of the marketing materials for the film created by Wayfarer Studios or Sony. Sarowitz did not participate in any respect in any of the preparation in advance of Baldoni's interviews regarding the release of It Ends With Us. Sarowitz himself participated in certain interviews in August 2024, but did not do any media interviews in conjunction with the release of It Ends With Us in the first couple weeks of August 2024. Sarowitz was not involved in hiring any PR team for Wayfarer. Sarowitz was not asked his opinion on hiring the agency group before they were retained, nor did he vet the agency group before they were retained. Sarowitz also did not approve the hiring of street relations. He was not consulted before they were hired and was not involved in that decision. There, which page are we in? We are on paragraph 313. This is document number 958, page 64. There is no evidence that Sarowitz received or reviewed the scenario planning documents circulated by TAG prior to this litigation. There is no evidence that Sarowitz ever spoke with Jed Wallace or any employee of Street Relations prior to this litigation. In her interrogatory response, Lively has identified each instance in which the defendants purportedly spread negative information about her. The interrogatory response does not identify any specific instance in which Sarowitz himself was involved in circulating any information about Lively whatsoever prior to this litigation, and only one instance in which he weighed in on a press strategy concerning Lively. So 316 all the way down to 325 are all redacted. Sarowitz had a call with Claire Ayub on August 29, 2024, which Ayub recorded. During the conversation, Sarowitz stated the following: that it ends with us drama is simply that. It is a drama. I'm done with it. It's going to happen when it's going to happen. You know, whatever's going to happen, whatever people want to think, they're going to think. I was worried about it at one point, and now I'm just going to let the chips fall where they may. If they like us, great. If they don't, they don't. We are who we are. He further stated they went after everything we had. Luckily, I was out of it, so like nobody mentioned me. That's because I'm a nobody. I'm nobody, you know? He further stated Justin never has a bad set, yet it was the worst set he had ever been on. But no, it wasn't bad. I was there on set. This is why I'm saying, but you were only on set twice.
Yeah.
And it's not very long, so that doesn't hold much water for me, Sarowitz. Sorry. It just doesn't. I mean, if that was like Blake Lively's proof, I wouldn't hold water for that either.
Yeah.
It was, Justin is a really kind and loving, and he is like Rain. Actually, Rain is running a set. It's I always say it wrong. Baha'i. Yeah, Baha'i set. It is never going to be like that. No, everything was made up. It was manufactured, and it was manufactured on purpose to take Justin down. Oh, I closed it out. I'm just gonna hold on. I closed the whole thing for a second there. All right, and now it's back. He also stated, I just know that for right now, it seems like detente? What's that mean? And then if they persist and they push to the limits, then we will go to court, and then it's all on me. In response to a question by you as to whether he meant protecting the studio, Sarowitz replied, I will protect the studio like Israel protected itself from Hamas. There were 39,000 dead bodies. There will be 2 dead bodies when I'm done, and so not dead, but but you're dead to me. So that kind of dead, but dead to a lot of people. If they ever get me to that point, then I will make it worth their while because I'm going to spend a lot of money to make sure the studio is protected, but I don't think we will go there. Ayub replied, yeah, I hope not. And Sarowitz stated, that's not the world I want to live in. Sarowitz further stated, this is not going to go away. I don't think it's going to go away anytime soon. We will have to be defensive for years because there will be stuff coming at us. I will be defensive for years. When Sarowitz said this, he meant that he would defend Wayfarer Studios. Sarowitz further stated, if they ever cross the line ever, then I will go after them. Jamie at one point called me up and said, I think we're going to need you. And we have lawyers ready to go. We have our press people, our PR people working. Sarowitz further commented, you work with so many people and my favorite quote from Sarowitz, he included it here. They included it here. You work with so many people and almost everybody is nice. And then there is Blake, who is totally different than everyone.
He's different.
Not to say anything bad about her, but she is different.
He's different.
She is different. I mean, Lost to August, I don't think anybody would disagree that it was a bad analogy considering the Gaza war. I think everybody who understand like the situation recognizes that. Nobody is saying that what Sarowitz says was okay.
Yeah, and I don't know anybody. I don't know anybody who's covering this case who's letting him get away with that.
Yeah, nobody has. Okay, so we want to make that clear. However, you would also need to hear it within the context of what was said. His main point is, in his eyes, and again, I understand like the disagreement right? So we're not fighting about that. But the sentiment in his brain is we were not attacking them, they were attacking us. Now, it was a bad analogy. I get that. Because there's a whole slew of history that exists there. So I just want to make sure of that. I get the use, but oof still. And I don't think anybody's not going to say it's not an oof, Saucy. And I think that, to me, I believe that they thought it was going to KO this case by putting out that quote, because it is so horrible. And
Yeah.
but that would be losing, you know, that would yeah, it didn't go well though, because at the end of the day, just because Steve Sarowitz says that doesn't change the facts of the case. And we can't get lost in the sauce because somebody said something stupid or not something that you would want somebody to
Which
say.
he recognized as soon as he said it too. I like the fact, like, I can appreciate the fact that he didn't harp on it further and continue belaboring the point with that analogy. Like, he very quickly got away from it.
Yeah. So I think I want to make that clear. No, sometimes people want to just say like, oh, so you're for this? No. That one of the things that you're going to find in this whole case is that you're going to find people from all different walks of life, different political leanings, all different perspectives on every which thing, right? But one thing that we all have in common is that we think that Justin, Jamie, Wayfarer, the whole Wayfarer parties are telling the truth. I mean, obviously they're not I'm not saying that Blake Lively's not telling some truths. I think she's technically true on some stuff, right? But like when I'm saying who do I think is overwhelmingly providing the truth more than the other? And again, this is a civil case, okay? It's her job to show that she has more proof that she's telling the truth than not. This is not a criminal case. This is about liability. Yes, Elsrich.
And not just telling the truth, though, who is not going the extra mile of twisting the fact of the situation. Justin and his people at every point have just given us what it is. Let it be what it is. If this Hamas comment came from Blake or Ryan, they would have found a way to say it didn't sound the way it sounded to us. They would have tried to find a way to convince us it wasn't what it was. Wayfair was really like, he said it, let them hear it, let them understand it in the context, and let it be what it is.
Yeah.
But Blake at every turn has found a way to make things mean what they don't mean, down to the circumcision.
Yeah, I think that's what I do respect about them.
Yeah.
Is in the end of the day, they didn't try to like, oh wait, we didn't. Once it was made aware, it's like, here's the context. Can you hear it within the context of what I'm saying? This is how we felt incredibly attacked by BL and RR. We didn't do anything, and here they are attacking us. That was the sentiment that he meant, but it was a bad analogy, and no one's going to ever excuse that. And so, I just want to make that clear. All right, so paragraphs 335 to 336 are all redacted. Then X is Lively obtained documents through a sham subpoena, abusing judicial process to serve her own means or her own ends. So, which is exciting they discuss that.
Okay, so sorry, I was trying to get your attention for a little while, and then I was like, "Can you hear me?" No, it's okay. Because what was I gonna say? Oh, because was it you? Did I scroll through a live of yours in the last week, maybe, where you were talking about Blake Lively and her claims of her case file being contemporaneous?
Yes.
Was it you that had?
Yes.
Because that's one thing that's happening here. I feel like Wayfarer and Justin Baldoni, they've done a really good, like with the timeline, they've at least put a timeline together. So they're not claiming that like, oh, we've done this contemporaneously and like, this is a real capture of what happened. They're just doing their best to construct it as close to a contemporaneous like capture of what happened. Whereas Blake, like I was trying to sort out and like put in order her CRD complaint, and my God, you have like items 17 and 18 with 255 and then like
Yeah.
36 and 124, and I'm like, this is not even, you didn't even make an attempt to even, because even if you did all of that, at the bare minimum, Wayfair went ahead and said, you know what, our docket might look like this, but here's the timeline so you can get through it.
Yeah. And I will say too, like I've always said that in the HR world, like if whoever's documenting is usually the one that's getting attacked. It's never like the fact that she had so little dates that stood out to me. I'm like, if you're getting harassed this level, you are providing dates, you are providing every little detail. You are never just going to say, you know, whatnot. Cian, no, we are on the 56.1 statement. Court of random opinion, not public opinion. Court of random opinion did do a live along with Elsrich, and I guess for a brief moment of time, Perez Hilton. So I'm sure at some point that's going to be up. Or I don't know how that works when y'all do live. It's just
That's up already.
It's up already. So if you want to watch that, you go to Court of Random Opinion on YouTube.
Or my live. It's on my YouTube too.
Or Elsrich, YouTube.
Or Cassidy. Cassidy was on there. Cassidy O'Connell has it on her page too.
Okay, so there's so many options for you if you want to watch that, because they just did that live.
I'm eating ice cream, guys.
I just wanted to see if we got to the exhibit for the last video, because have we seen the last video?
What was the number?
It's unsealed?
What's the number for it?
No, there's 5. We never got to see the bar video.
Yeah, so what's the number of that?
281. I made the little thumbnails bigger for you guys on the website.
Yeah, we should have been able to show it. So go ahead and show it.
Okay.
And I'll switch you over.
All right, guys. This is the video for the bar scene. And
The 8-minute one that I was talking about?
yes, Elsrich, do you want to tell them what they should catch?
So we ended up watching 8 minutes, but really all you need to catch is in the beginning, and you just need to pay attention to like how stuffy and small the room is, and just keep in mind all the lights.
The hot or sexy comments.
You're gonna hear him somebody asking for the toothpick, and then at least, I mean, because I was coming between you guys, I don't know that I ever heard the hot part on Lawrence. Court of random opinion, and yeah, I don't know that I heard the hot part there, but I didn't hear it. But you can physically see it's hot in that room. Down to Justin has his onesie down. Justin has his onesie down, literally down till when they're about to call like action. That's when he puts it on. And then later you see him and Jenny Slate and Blake talking, giggling. Like there is literally, and I think that may be what they wanted to show, that everything was cool. This is 8 minutes of just nothing looks off.
Okay, guys, this is in docket 959, and it's the last link. I've put it all on docketupdates.com. You'll see it on the first page, a link to it. Or you can go to the actual court listener file and then go to Dropbox. It may ask you for an email. Okay.
This is why I'm like, how is Hassan not in her disclosure? The only principal cast.
Ready, everybody? We really should go, please. So again,
Julie.
right? So please make sure that
He did
nobody's
you
standing.
dirty.
Okay. All right, we should go. Ready?
Did you see Justin right there? Indicates like there's something in her teeth. Then Julie calls for the toothpick. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, somebody said you can actually hear the AD saying it's a sweat box in there.
Always saying something, right? About the game.
You can see Justin putting on his onesie now.
All right, we should go.
And Blake Lively picking at her teeth.
Oh, really?
Looks good for you?
Oh, so you're in the voice? Are you sure?
All right, thank you. Justin, you good, sir? I'm good. Ready? Here we go. Ready, everyone. High energy. Have fun. That's the most important thing, everybody. You're in the bar. Have fun, right? All right. Thank you, everyone. Sophia, are you here? No. Can I put this like something? All right. Thanks, everyone. Yep. This is Justin. Thank you. All right. Ready and. Thank you. Everybody good? Ready, everyone? Yeah, they will. They're right here. Make sure that we last look after every take. It's very sweaty in here. All right.
It's pretty sweaty in here.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Good, everyone. Ready? Have fun, and let's roll, please.
Lily, what are you drinking?
And Emer. Okay. Right, and pantomime only for us. Thank you very much. Ready, and background, and action.
Lily, what are you drinking?
Go ahead, line, please. Thank you.
You are not getting one. You're the ones that you get free now.
Whatever you guys all have, whatever you're surprise me. Yeah.
Her hair looks horrible. Is that real or is it a wig?
Wig.
Okay, thankfully. Because I was like, this is the reason why Blake Brown wasn't selling.
They're not gonna tell you.
But if it's a wig, that's better.
I'm gonna be a dad!
I mean, imagine how hot she must be if she's got a wig on, onesie, and a freaking jacket. Like, come on.
You can see the AD fanning herself
Mm-hmm.
in front of the monitors.
Yep.
And somebody said this is Emily's footage from Emily's cell phone. Because Emily was filming everything. I don't actually know whose cell phone footage this is.
I'm like, how do you get the metadata off the video?
The bronze score!
Well, but the toothpick comment was supposed to have happened after this scene was done.
There may be multiple shots. Maybe this is like a second action cut or something like that. But the toothpick came before this. The toothpick was in the beginning of the video.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like in their narrative, it comes after.
So that's what I'm saying. They probably shot this scene multiple times. So maybe she's recalling.
Y'all, I need to take a bio break. So hopefully, can you tell me what happens? I'll be back in a second. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Wait, what page did you leave on? That way, once we finish the video, I can continue if you're not back.
Okay. 113. I'm 113. Sorry. 69. Page 69.
Of 83? You're still on document 958, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I'm going to. I'll be back.
Don't fall asleep, girl. We
Lesson
know that's your
learned.
MO. We've seen it. Oh my God, somebody put in a comment, don't fall asleep. And you guys will notice right here, she, Jenny Slate, and Justin are just chilling, just talking.
I'll leave it 30 seconds. So when he says, okay, I'll give you some water, we go, I have problems with that go. Yeah. I know, I was like, what should I I told her you know that.
Oh, Jenny, are you laughing at a joke? Oh my gosh.
Okay, this is the toothpick scene. I think we missed it.
Yeah.
Okay, right here.
You can see Justin point to his teeth.
Do you have a toothpick? Yeah, thank you.
But before the AD asked for the toothpick, Justin literally like was trying to show her like this.
Again, who's gonna
Like with his hand, like, hey, maybe there's something in your tooth before they even ask for the toothpick.
All right, we should go. Ready?
Did we rewind it a little bit again to see that?
You know who we need to hear from? Whoever is in that white shirt between Justin and Blake. That's who we need on a witness list to tell us what she heard.
Can we go back a little bit to see the like when he points to his teeth?
Yeah, just start from in the beginning. It comes pretty fast, Karol.
It's right there.
Oh, it already happened? Dang, can you put it
Just
in
go
25
back
speed?
like 10 seconds. Let it
No,
play
it's right
through.
here.
No, not when the AD asks, when Justin points.
He's about to do it right here.
Oh. Yeah. He's trying to look out for you.
The way he
He
did
said,
it,
girl,
the way
something in your
he
teeth.
must have been mortified.
He was like, oh my God, how dare you?
Mortified.
I wish that whoever's standing there wasn't there so we could see her face.
Wait, she does show up. Watch. Hold on. It shifts a little bit, and then you see her. Right
Oh yeah, you can see. She's showing the girl next to her. Like, do you see anything?
Oh, how mortifying.
Wait, is she asking that girl to dig it out?
All right, we should go.
I thought I saw another person's hand in her mouth. Oh. Is that her own hand or that's somebody else's hand?
Oh, they're definitely getting something out of her teeth.
Wait,
Okay.
I think that's that lady's hand.
No, I think
they were
it's
definitely
her.
getting something out of her teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, is she looking at like a phone camera? Because she's looking intensely at something while digging whatever it is out.
Probably.
I think you are right though, Elsrich, that this has to be like a second take or some other take because she already had her onesie, I mean like her jacket off by the time this is filming. And so
Yeah.
if it started in the thing there we would have seen her jacket still on.
Yeah.
So he definitely did the whole toothpick
Yeah,
thing.
because the onesie is a different camo from the
Here,
jacket.
guys. It's right here on the front page, okay? So you click it, and then it'll take you to all the videos.
Nice work.
That's great work, Karol.
Thank you, guys.
Big sis, you know, why is that important? Was she offended?
Oh.
Well, this is one of the places she alleges sexual harassment, because she says he calls her sexy and hot when he's saying that he was trying to convince her to take off her jacket because
it's hot in there.
He said that because it's hot.
It's
and
hot as
she
hell.
perceived it as him saying that. I mean, I don't know. I don't know how
like
he
she says she took it as he's calling her hot, like sexy hot, not that she was temperature hot.
Yeah. So,
Karol, you know what? I'm gonna look at that video again. Since Justin has on a gray shirt, I wonder if I could see him sweating in that thing.
I mean, you could hear people saying that in general anyway. There's so much proof
Yeah, I know.
of what they're saying here. Okay, I'm
trying to look at the metadata to see. I'm looking now.
Well, and then it was your live also, Bachi, that I caught the moment. I had just scrolled into the live when maybe it was you and Karol. You guys were reading part of the docket, and it was where Stephanie Jones like mistook the JW initials, and you guys were like, does she miss context clues? And so like in that clip that we just watched, the whole time Justin is talking to her, he's got this like, are you okay? Like, are you sure? He doesn't look like he's, oh man, like you're so hot.
Karol, the website only has 2 videos.
It has all 5.
Oh, I only see 2. Maybe hold on, let me refresh.
Okay,
It only shows
what
these 2.
So it's like, is this another moment of like missing context clues? Like,
no, it's a moment of her being full of herself. It's not. She's not missing anything. She's ridiculous.
I mean, true, but at the same time, like his face was very much like, are you sure you're okay? Like, are you hot?
I remember that clip that I took, and it's when he was talking to Emily Baldoni, and he was like, "Are you going to be? I mean, like, are you? What did he say? Aren't you going to be like, you'll be hot, or you're hot, or aren't you going to?" I forgot how he phrased it, and then people in the comment must have said that she's hot, and then he goes, "Oh yeah, she is hot," or something, and then I was like, what's Justin said versus what Blake heard. But anyways, okay.
Oh, did you guys also notice that at the hospital scene that was cut out, the little kid, the little girl that was 6, name was Emily?
Oh no, that's cute.
Blake was like, I'm not about to be in a scene with an Emily. No. A child or not. No. Reshoot. But yeah, the little girl in the wheelchair that Justin was walking next to saying, hey, I've done this before. Like, she said, okay, Emily. He said, okay, Emily, whatever, to the little girl. So
I will say though, when he did that scene, I'm like, it didn't feel like Ryle. Honestly, the way his voice was, I'm like, that's how I imagine Justin talks to like kids in wheelchairs.
It was very Rafael Solano.
Yes, but I'm obviously he still was the actor there. But anyways, I'm gonna go continue.
But the thing though, real quick, Abachi, you have to also remember the man is a pediatric neurosurgeon. He could be an asshole in life. He could be the worst person in life. But neurosurgeons, pediatric doctors, when they're at work, you could not tell who they are in real life from that. That's their job, is to make a child feel comfortable, is to talk to a child that way. So that also, hell, shout out to him for being a good actor, for knowing I could be rile and crazy, but in the scrub, as a doctor, as a pediatric neurosurgeon, I'm this person. I'm not an asshole who beats my wife or whatever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I hear you.
So if we're gonna call him a method actor, we gotta give it to him. That man was acting his ass off, because in that moment he was a doctor to that child, nothing else.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm on page 69 of the document 958. So Lively obtained documents through a sham subpoena, abusing judicial process to serve her own ends. So this
Sorry. The website
like,
finally came
what's
and then
this?
she just started playing. I'm sorry.
Is it okay if I mute?
Yeah, I'm good. I muted the stuff. I'm sorry. That was my bad. Go ahead. I scared my damn self. I'm sorry.
All right. So 337 to 340 are all redacted. And so on paragraph 341, on or about October 1, 2024, taking advantage of New York rules that permit discovery even before issue had been joined, and of the fact that no defendants had been named who could thereby invoke the court's process on their behalf, redacted. Such requests were made even though the complaint did not refer to the film or Jones' works at all, nor redacted. The filing of the lawsuit and the issuance of the subpoena created a legal mechanism by which Lively, through Van Zandt, could ostensibly claim to legitimately obtain the documents Jones had found on Abel's phone. Absent a court's compulsory process, Jones could not simply turn over records she found on one of her employees' phones. Redacted, Van Zandt voluntarily dismissed the case on December 19, 2024, without any defendant ever appearing in the action. On December 21, 2024, the New York Times published a 4,000-word article entitled "We Can Bury Anyone Inside a Hollywood Smear Machine." The article cited documents from Abel's phone that Van Zandt had obtained by invoking the court's process in a case against 10 anonymous Doe defendants. It appears that Jones agreed to turn over the documents without any protective order or measure to prevent their disclosure. The New York Times article asserted that Baldoni and Heath had violated physical boundaries and made sexual and other inappropriate comments to, and then instituted a retaliatory quote-unquote smear campaign against Lively. The New York Times article included a link to Lively's California State administrative complaint, which had been filed the previous day. 347 is redacted. 348 somebody's winning bingo tonight, they said. Through the administrative complaint she provided, Lively and or her agents told the New York Times and other media that Baldoni had abruptly pivoted away from the agreed on marketing for the film to emphasize his support for survivors of domestic violence. That statement is false. And through the administrative complaint she provided, Lively and or her agents told the New York Times and other media Baldoni and Wayfair had not used nudity writers or intimacy coordinators on set until her intervention. That statement is false. Through the administrative complaint she provided, Lively and or her agents told the New York Times and other media Baldoni had suggestively told Lively her neck smells so good during a shot. Video captured of the scene demonstrates that statement was false. Through the administrative complaint she provided, Lively and or her agents told the New York Times and other media Baldoni had routinely degraded Miss Lively by finding back-channel ways of criticizing her body and weight, including by pretending a scene in the script required him to lift Lively so he could ask her trainer about her weight, and by referring Lively to a weight loss specialist. Those statements were false. 352 is redacted. Why? Lively negotiated every aspect of her work but never reached agreement. 1. The offer letter. As discussed above, formal negotiations regarding the terms governing Lively's potential performance in It Ends With Us commenced in mid-December 2022 when Mezzian sent Lively's representatives a draft offer letter under which Lively would agree to perform in the role of Lily Bloom in the film. The first draft of the offer letter defined producer as Wayfair Studios or their designated production service entity. On April 25, 2023, Lively's lawyer revised the offer letter to define producer as It Ends With Us, a movie, an entity that Lively's representatives understood was Wayfarer's designated production service entity for the film. The offer letter set forth basic parameters of the anticipated agreement, which endured throughout the drafting process. Lively's loan-out company, Blackout Inc., would agree to furnish Lively to perform in the role of Lily on specified dates. Lively would also receive top billing and an executive producer credit. In exchange for this and other considerations to Lively, It Ends With Us movie, ultimately defined as producer, would pay Lively a substantial upfront fee to be placed in an escrow account held by Lively's agent, WME, before filming would commence, plus compensation based on the performance of the film and other contingencies. Following several months of negotiations and exchanges of drafts, the offer letter was finalized in early May 2023 and dated March 17, 2023. The offer letter did not contain any terms regarding sexual harassment. What's that? The offer letter did not contain any terms regarding sexual harassment. Okay. Wayfarer itself, as opposed to It Ends With Us movie, undertook no obligations under the offer letter. The offer letter expressly and unambiguously provided that full execution of a long-form agreement to be subsequently negotiated was a condition precedent to It Ends With Us movie's obligations thereunder, stating 13 conditions precedent. There's something there's a background noise of some sort. Does somebody have? Okay. Conditions precedent. Producers' obligations to artists hereunder shall be subject to the satisfaction of the following: artists qualifying for cast and other insurance, which may include essential element insurance, and B, full execution by artist, lender, and producer of an agreement in a form reasonably acceptable to all parties, unless and until lender artists are unconditionally pay or play and 100% of the fee is in escrow. Lender and artist are not obligated hereunder, and artist is free to take conflicting engagements. Once we reach an agreement on the above terms, we will be happy to distribute a long-form agreement incorporating the terms herein and other standard terms and conditions to be negotiated in good faith. Kathy D20 said, I have to start reading, but the pro-Blake leader is already saying just in case it's done. I don't know who the pro-Blake leader is, but I don't know. I don't know what weight that has. Oh, him. I mean, I can declare a lot of things. I declare Justin Baldoni's case is not done. Who cares? Like, I'm a content creator. That person's a content creator. That is not the judge or jury. Like, it matters like this much. It doesn't matter at all. Anybody can say Jack Scott. Elsrich, why don't you declare something? Go ahead, declare as a content creator.
I want to declare that that man has said Justin's case is done every other weekend. Like, I feel like, isn't that doesn't he say that every 2 business days? Yet somehow we are in the middle of November, literally reading a motion for summary judgment. So I say, if anything, that man is shaking in his pajamas.
Like maybe it's because he's part of the smear campaign against Justin Baldoni. What about that?
But you guys realize every time Blake literally decides she's going to unseal something that looks good for her, that hurts her, he goes, oh, Justin's case is done. The sealing doesn't look good for him. And everybody's like, what are you looking at?
I have him blocked, so I don't know his declaration.
I don't even know where he is. Where do you guys still find him?
Wait, who are we talking about? Sorry.
The man. I have him blocked on every single platform available, so I don't even know how you guys still see his stuff.
Anyways, I don't want to necessarily utter his name. Maybe I already did. Maybe I did already, but it's
Deadline wrote an article at 4 in the morning.
Yeah. But my point though, Kathy, I really don't care when somebody declares anything. I can declare something, and somebody should not care. Like if I declare something, and nobody should care. It's an opinion. It's a thought. It doesn't hold any weight. You know what I'm saying? I think sometimes because I retain my peace, Kathy, like so many people are blocked from my space. And maybe that's why it also takes me a really long time to get to 10K. But it's because I have to keep my peace. Okay, I love people who engage in good faith, but I'm not going to engage with somebody who actively is never going to engage in good faith, and I don't find him as a person who engages in good faith. I thought in the beginning he did, but
If if I use the Blake Lively method though, you know, just in case is done, then I would say, yeah, it's done. He's gonna be out of here with after this.
you speak correctly. It is done.
I will twist those words. Yeah, I will twist those words. The Blake Lively method.
Yeah, Blake
Under
Lively
certain
method. When
context.
you mean that Justin is done, you meant
He's
let me
done
go
outta
the
here.
technically true route.
Yeah. And somebody asked
Melody,
if we already read.
just read the comment sections. This is going up on YouTube. I don't want to give the guy free promotion.
Oh,
He already has a
that's
large
right.
he already has a larger platform than I do in the first place, and so he can spew his stuff to his audience. But I'm not giving him new audience, even though I think I pretty much did say his name, and I wasn't even thinking. But I usually don't like to even utter.
Someone asked if you've already read the Van Zandt stuff. I heard you read some of it already.
Yeah, it's redacted. The bulk of it is
It's
redacted.
mostly in the memorandum.
Okay. Oh, that okay. And I will say too, I will refer to him as the content creator, aka inspired by the director. No, just kidding.
I'll call him Doe number 1.
Doe number 1. Yes, Doe's number 1. Doe number 1.
Those 1 through 10. He's number 1.
Yeah, Doe number 1. So, okay, the unexecuted actor loan-out agreement on May 8, 2023, outside counsel for It Ends With Us movie, Joseph Linus, I'm guessing, sent Lively's attorney a draft actor loan-out agreement, the long-form agreement referred to in the offer letter. The parties to the draft ALA were IEWM and Blake Hell Inc. with an inducement to be signed by Lively. The first section of the draft ALA referred expressly to conditions precedent, stating that the conditions precedent to companies' obligations under this agreement, including companies' receipt of executed copies of this agreement signed by lender and artist, as well as receipt of the inducement attached hereto and incorporated herein by this reference, fully executed by lender and artist. An inducement provision included at the end of the draft provided that Blake Lively would be personally bound by the terms of the ALA. It further provided that for the purposes of any and all workers' compensation statutes, laws, or okay, there's definitely feedback somewhere. Okay. Regulations, an employment relationship exists between IEWUM and myself, being my special employer under the agreement. The draft ALA contained an entire agreement provision which provided that a document setting forth standard terms would be included as part of the ALA and stated inter alia. This agreement, including the standard terms, constitutes the entire understanding of the parties hereto and replaces any and all former agreements, understandings, and representations relating in any way to the subject matter hereof. No modification, alteration, or amendment of this agreement shall be valid or binding unless it is in writing and signed by both parties. The standard terms attached as Exhibit A contain numerous provisions designed to protect IEWM, including a notice and cure provision titled Company's Breach, which ruled out any breach in the event of cure, as well as an express damages limitation, which ruled out any consequential damages. 4.3 titled Company's Breach stated, inter alia, I'm probably butchering that, no act or omission of company hereunder shall constitute an event of default or breach of this contract unless artist shall first notify company in writing setting forth such alleged breach or default, and company shall not cure the same within 30 days after receipt of such notice. 15.7 titled Limitations on Damages stated, in no event will any party hereto, company and or artist be liable for or have any obligations to pay to the other consequential and or incidental and or special and or punitive damages, all of which are expressly excluded, and company and lender and artist each hereby waive any right to recover any such damages from the other. Oh. The standard terms contain an additional merger provision, which also included non-waiver language. The standard terms also contained a lenders and artist remedies provision stating inter alia. I'm butchering. I don't know how to say that the rights and remedies of lender and artist in the event of any breach by the company of this agreement or any of company's obligations hereunder shall be limited to lenders and or artists' right to recover damages, if any, in one or more arbitration proceedings. The standard terms require that any notices to IEWUM be in writing and addressed to IEWM attention Jamie Heath. So 372 and 373 are both redacted. The first phase of filming It Ends With Us began on May 15, 2023, with the ALA still unsigned and no agreement reached on its final terms. IEWUM was not asked to and did not pay for any medical insurance for Lively. The ALA was never executed. Lively and her team negotiated every aspect of her work, dictating numerous terms and conditions, including minute details such as the right to exercise pre-approval over the days when shoots would take place in locations other than New Jersey, as well as her travel and accommodations in those locations. The financial bonuses she would receive if the film hit certain benchmarks, the credits she would receive from her work, including an executive producer credit, the identity of her makeup artist, wig maker, and body double, the ability to offer a meaningful consultation over the look of the role, ad campaign and release pattern, and the time she would spend on set and traveling to and from her home in New York each day. And even approval over the screenplay, the director, and her co-lead actor. Nonetheless, although the parties negotiated for more than a year, Lively never signed any long-form agreements setting out the complete terms of her engagement with the film. So 378 and 379 and 380 are all redacted. 381 says, at no point during the negotiations did either side suggest changes to the entire agreement provision, the company breaches provision, the non-waiver provision, or the limitation on damages provision. Nor did Lively ever seek to add Wayfarer as a party to the draft agreement. Nor was Wayfarer ever made a party or signatory to the draft agreement. So 382, 383, 384 are all redacted. 385 said Lively refused to sign the ALA. June 1, 2024, text from Baldoni stating she won't sign her contract. So 386 all the way to 389 are all redacted. Lively never signed the ALA or the inducement. So Z, Lively sued without providing notice and an opportunity to cure. Lively's representatives sent a cease and desist letter addressed to certain defendants and others on December 20, 2024. The letter was not addressed to IEWUM. The cease and desist letter alleged inter alia that the addresses had breached the protections for return to production and or Lively's contract writer. The cease and desist letter did not allege any independent breach of the ALA. Lively filed her initial complaint in this action on December 31, 2024. So AA, Lively's damages are barred. 394 all the way down to 404. And it's done. All of it that is redacted. We made it. We made it. Celebration. Can we have I'm gonna do my own celebration by giving myself likes here so that it can explode. Because you know when you tap the hearts, you get to the bottom. Because I'm like, celebrate. And I'm gonna like, bam, there's my confetti. That's the way I celebrated that situation. Okay. All right, Elsrich.
That was something that I noticed when I did my live the other night.
What?
I now have at the bottom, there's buttons for audio. So you have like an audience cheer or laughter or whatever.
Oh.
And I was like, well, that's new. I didn't know that came to be a thing.
Oh, I have that on Twitter. I have that on Spaces when I'm on Twitter Live. You can do like when we ask for somebody to talk, because Twitter Live doesn't have video, it's just audio. And the person doesn't talk, there is this one sound that goes, ooh. Like the person refused to like turn their mic on, so everybody's like, ooh. And then there's like 90s. There's a 90s sitcom clapping, like audience clap and everything. And then there's like a bomb. If something happens, we drop a bombshell. It's a mess.
How do you know about all these buttons on all these apps? Because you've
No,
been
'cause
playing
I-
with like.
No, I'm on X
Y'all, do you
for
want to read the
sports.
depositions?
Yeah, girl.
Yes. How mad do you guys think that NAG is going to be at this deadline article? It's like
I haven't read it yet.
Okay, but the whole point of the MSJ is the reasons why.
He should get his case
out.
thrown out, and the title says, but he doesn't tell us why he should get his case thrown out.
Oh my gosh!
I saw that too.
NAG is gonna flip out.
Oh my god!
Right?
Because
Did you see the article, Bachi?
Justin Baldoni wants play.
To be honest, I don't read any articles unless they. I try to avoid it. Unless they bring it up in the docket, I try to not. And I only read it when they're in the docket so that I have context.
So Deadline just published this 29 minutes ago, and they say Justin is, why am I being redirected? Are they fixing it? Don't fucking fix it. Let me read it. Justin Baldoni wants Blake Lively's suit dropped against him. Blake Lively's suit against him thrown out, but doesn't want to reveal why yet. The entire MSJ is the reason why it should be dropped against him. But what do you mean he doesn't want to reveal the reason yet?
Yeah.
He probably
Maybe
didn't
Deadline employees should tune into our lives.
He probably didn't stay up and only read the 2 pages when they started.
Oh my
filing
god, he
naked.
definitely read the 2-page motion and
Oh,
thought
that's so embarrassing. If that's what they.
that's definitely what
screenshotted it.
happened.
I
They should
screenshotted
be
it 'cause I know.
embarrassed.
Oh, that is definitely what happened.
That is embarrassing.
It's not even like a Monday for him, and he's having a Monday.
Because you know what I tell you what? There is no way anybody has read everything that was released yet. So the fact that he has an article out tells me, Karol, you're correct. He read the 2 pages.
He read the 2 pages like, hey, we're gonna file something.
This thing is
And he
either
went
gonna
to
be
sleep.
gone by the morning, or they're gonna release something saying update. Justin Baldoni has not given a reason why. He always was gonna give one.
Oh, we
He hit
screenshotted
submit,
it.
and then he went like this. And
He was like,
gonna
I
wake
got
up in
it.
the morning. Like what?